Welcome in, everybody, to another tradition now. We're really excited. Another year where we do the live draft party. We're excited to have all of you here. Really excited for this draft. As you guys boo Roger Goodell, and rightfully so, we can be happy that we made it another year. Really excited for the Baltimore Ravens. Glenn, dude, it's officially here, man. It's Christmas.
I was excited. Oh, I was chomping at the bit all day at work. Couldn't wait to get this thing started.
Couldn't wait for the Ravens to pick Trevor Penning.
Look, you guys, all I know is they got a glaring weakness at left tackle, and if they don't fix that, then it don't matter what else they do. So, hey, if they want to trade up and get one of the top three, that's fine. But to me, if they can't get one of the top three, I think Penning's the guy, and I hope that they trade down to do so because I just think you got to have a contingent. Eric DeCosta admitted he made a mistake in how they, not
having a contingency plan
exactly for left tackle. So,
right.
I just think they got to solve that left tackle position, or it doesn't matter what else anyone does. So, Dan Wald 80 says, "Congratulations to the best Flock Nation trio on the new studio. Can't wait for that LJ interview one day. I know it'll happen. All love, bros. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate the
going
love.
Up on the wall, Dan Wald. And of course, if any of you guys want to put your actual names in here, if you are okay with that, of course, obviously we'll put Dan Wald 80 up on the wall. But if you want your actual name to be up there, we're not opposed to that. So feel free to put your name in the chat if you want it to be your name instead of your username, if you will.
Yep. Yeah, now, Jimbo, I got to ask you because I've been reading more into Jordan Davis, and I know you love Jordan Davis, but would you be okay with the possibility of him being a 2-down player at 14?
No, I don't think he's a 2-down player, Glenn.
I get it, but it's a possibility. He hasn't shown that he's more than that. It's just what's it called? They're predicting. They're anticipating.
They're projecting.
Projection, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just at this point it's a projection, because even if they say he's Haloti Ngata, let's say he's Haloti Ngata, the league's changed since Haloti was in the league, right? So Haloti Ngata averaged 2 sacks a year over his career.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough to make that worthy of the 14th pick? And is the need big enough to also make it worthy?
Well, I think you also have to combine you have to weigh in. Is he a rare enough prospect, right? Like, is he an impactful enough talent to that equation as well, right? So I don't know if the equation that you gave there is complete. And I understand why. You like to be right. And, I'm
going to be right. It's not going to be Jordan Davis.
You like to hedge your bets. Well, it's not going to be Penning either. Now, we're both going to be wrong.
0 chance it's Brandon Davis.
Hey, give me a second. My wife is calling me. Hold on.
Doesn't she know?
Yeah, she knows.
Priorities here. Well, while he chit-chats on the phone, shout out to Prince Quan. Appreciate you coming back. Welcome. Absolutely. Sean McMahon, appreciate you coming out here. Always showing love on Facebook. Appreciate it. Brad, shout out to intern Brad, all the work he does behind the scenes here at 410 Sports Talk. There's Brad Winterling in the comments here. Paul Jenkins, appreciate you always participating. Don C, always hyping up the likes and always participating. Appreciate it. James Bellamy, thanks for coming out. Chris Brown, I got a fake adult beverage here. This is beer, but it's the root beer, because I have really no good reason other than I have to work early in the morning. Najee Houston, I think it might be Huston. Appreciate the love. I don't see Jordan Davis. I just don't. I don't see. Yeah. I don't see the need and value.
Filibustering is over.
All right. Well, look, I might just I'll text your wife. I'll say, call him. I need to talk.
Is he rare enough? So he's not rare enough.
I don't think he's rare enough yet. I mean, I think that
340, 6'6", and extremely athletic. Runs a.
I can't. When you mute yourself, I can't hear the dog, but I also can't hear you get done telling me why he's so good. All I know is the 4.68 40 didn't show up on his tape when he played. He didn't show that 4.68.
Did you see any of the quarterbacks that ran for their lives?
I did see an occasion where he was asked to pass rush, and there were some plays, some highlights where he did beat the guard and then absolutely annihilate this poor running back that tried to step up and pass. Imagine being
Wasn't that Edwards-Helaire?
I think it might have been. I just imagine being a 5'9" college running back and Jordan Davis is bearing down on you like
No.
a nightmare.
He will have, between him and Calais Campbell, the Ravens will have the average largest helmet size in the NFL. Like Calais, it's ridiculous, and this guy, I mean, he's just as ridiculous. It's comical, right?
Yeah, he's he's a big man, but I just don't know if he's a 3-down player. I think he's standing next to the coach in 3rd down, and I don't want a guy who can't influence the passer. I mean, I think the big slobber knockers is something that's great, but I don't think it's a need here with the guys we already have.
Well, let's talk about moving up and down, because I think now we're here.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's not Davis at 14, we already said it's only going to be Penning, most likely if they trade down. I highly doubt it's Penning at 14. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Yes.
So
I think
you heard the Rappaport saying that the Ravens are one of the teams looking to get in the top 10.
Absolutely. And I think Steven touched on it here. He says, is there any way we can trade a future first and say a 6th to grab another first-round pick with so many holes to fill this year?
It's going to take more than a 6th.
It's going to take more than that. And also, I think the more likely scenario is that they maybe get 2 second-rounders rather than 2 firsts.
Right. So this is the scenario I could see very likely. If we traded back, we pick up Penning, say 16, 18, 20, and we'll look at that really quickly. I'm just throwing out numbers right now, but we'll look at trade partners in a second. They do that, and then maybe they're more aggressive in the second. They get a guy like a Jabo, maybe early in the second. Maybe they get Linderbaum early in the second if he starts to slip. Something like that. I could totally see that happening. Then you plug in a left tackle. You have no more question marks because you have a guy that, you know, even though he gets a penalty every other play and he's from Northern Iowa, you get that guy in at left tackle who at least doesn't have a bum ankle, and then you get Linderbaum in at center, right? So you could do some of that.
I thought you didn't want little guys, man.
Well, Linderbaum is different. Linderbaum's different for me because he knows leverage better than anyone. I have a lot of faith in him playing at his weight, where other guys I just don't. But, you know, we talk about two-sport athletes see the sport differently. And the way that he has hip control, he can create and maintain leverage. It really, at this point, once you understand that technique at a certain extent, size doesn't matter, right? Like, it's all about.
Ask my wife. Anyway, Joshua Hunter.
Family show.
Joshua Hunter.
Shout out, Joshua. You're going on the show. Really,
and I think he's going to get you really excited for this comment, Jimbo, because I know you're a huge fan of the guy he brings up. Ravens trade up to 8 to steal Malik Willis. I know that would make your day, but I'm still a Lamar guy, so I'm going to root for that not to happen.
I don't want Malik Willis. But you
let
troll.
me finish his comment, Jimbo, before you just rudely interrupt. He says, I'd be fine with Davis, but Glenn has talked me into a tackle. Got to show Lamar love. Absolutely. If Ronnie can't play, if anyone in here thinks Ronnie's going to be ready, I would say I don't know how. Because how in the world can you count on Ronnie Stanley being ready when the reports are that he'll be monitored through the summer, and the hope is that – are you muted and trying to talk to me?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How is it that he can go from walking backwards on the beach to the report is he'll be monitored throughout the summer to be expected to even come close to being ready week 1?
How much of that measurement is because of extreme caution like we've never seen before? You know, I mean, not only is he coming off back-to-back years, but also a year where the Ravens had the most impactful injuries in 20 years, right? And not just for the Ravens, for the entire NFL. So, like, it's just, to me, extreme caution. You know, there's a lot of superstition. They're hopefully optimistic. I think Ronnie's a lot further along than, you know, in my medical expertise. It's all smokescreen. I think Ronnie's a lot further along. And something that DK said that's really stuck with me is that Ronnie's got to know that this is a make or break for him.
He's already been paid.
I know, but if he doesn't play this year, this is his only contract. Like,
well, the good thing is him and his multiple generations could live off this one contract. But so now, I don't see the rush to get back. If he was in his 5th year and still fighting for that contract, maybe he has
just that more. Like, your whole identity and career is basically over. Sure, the money's there, but like, this is your whole life's work.
Yeah. Well, if the podcast, he does have.
Oh, it's. I'm not going to say that either. I can't say anything about athletes. Dang it.
Nope, you better watch your mouth, bro.
LeBron has painted me into a corner.
You better watch your mouth.
But hey, let's do this. Let's put up on the screen some potential. Let's put up the order so we can talk about some potential trade partners. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. All right,
cool.
let me bring up.
And shout out to Steven Kinegopoulos as well, going up on the wall. My man, keep them coming, guys. That wall is going to be covered.
All right, here we go. All right, we're bringing the screen on now.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna control the whole draft.
All right, really quickly
here.
though, the pick is in. Is
It's
there any
Aiden
way?
Hutchinson.
I heard that they're going
Trayvon.
that they're starting to go away from him.
Well, then it's Trayvon because of the positional versatility he brings. But I would be hesitant considering I don't think he got to 10 sacks in his entire career.
Right.
Whereas Hutchinson obviously did far more than that just last year. All right, here we go, guys. Pick is in.
Hey, you see the – all right, here we go.
It's Trayvon. Trayvon Walker is the pick. Okay.
Wait. You're ahead of me.
Sorry, bro.
Hold on. You got to wait till I announce it. You're ahead of me.
Sorry, bro. Speed that joint up, bruh.
I can't.
Bruh. What do you got? This thing on tape delay, bruh?
Wow, dude. Trayvon Walker. You know why he got picked first? Because Aiden's outfit is disgusting.
Aiden's at least there.
That's true.
My man Trayvon didn't even show up.
Hey, man, he's chilling. And I don't know how I feel about his outfit either, so I don't know how much I got to say.
Well, I'm no fashion expert. So
wow.
I mean, that was who it was between. Those were the two odds-on favorites. But Aiden was certainly the favorite.
No doubt. He's younger too, isn't he? Am I not mistaken here? Trayvon?
Most likely, yeah. I think this is one of those, projections. You bank on the athleticism, the quick.
Wow,
twitch.
the Lions are sitting there like manna from heaven. Thank you,
so
Jaguars.
So hyped to get Aiden.
They got They got a staple at left tackle last year. Now they're going to staple on the edge this year. I mean,
now they just need to find a quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow. All right, Glenn, you're gonna have to wait for me to announce, dude.
All right, I got you. I'll try and contain my excitement
up,
or disappointment when the Ravens are on the clock.
Deal.
All right, so Aiden Hutchinson seems like the logical, but I would not be shocked to see him go Sauce Gardner here. I mean, you can never have too many good corners, and he looks to be one of the very best corner prospects that's come out in a long time with his height, speed, athleticism, his ball skills, his tackling. I mean, I watched a lot of tape on Ahmad.
Yeah.
What was impressive to me is with his height and length, his hips are so smooth. His change of direction is just so fluid. He doesn't get spun around when, in double moves. I think he's just an incredible athlete at his size. So
yeah.
And I'm still just blown away when I see the Texans on deck here with an every position need.
I know, I love it.
So who knows?
Well, that was a quick pick is in though, right?
They ran that thing up to the door, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bill Seals, you're right. Bill Seals on the ball.
Shout out to
there
Billy
it is,
Seals.
the first of many, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Can we have a little bit of a celebration for I don't have Jimmy in my ear screaming those wows like I did last
year. Glenn, so you don't miss me at all?
A little.
You're hurting my feelings right now, Glenn.
Look, I am talking and seeing you, so it's hard to miss you.
Yeah, that was, that was really hurtful. Guys, don't you think that was hurtful?
No.
Glenn's over here throwing shade.
No. They're not buying it. No, they're not buying it. Sorry, bro. But, all right, so the pick is in.
And we know who it is.
You know what? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I kind of am hoping for some craziness, right? Like, I want to see.
I mean, what would be crazy to you? The corner?
No, corner wouldn't be crazy. I think, tackle would be a little surprising since they just took one last year. Steven says 1 in 10. How mad would you, or 1 to 10? How mad would you be trading 14th, 110 for Detroit's 32, 34, and 66? Well, that's so 32. 14, 32 is. Do they have the pick at 32?
The Ravens? No.
No. The Lions. Because of the Rams. No. Yeah, that's right. They got it from the golf trade. Okay. So they get 32, 34. I tell you, I wouldn't be. Man, it's actually an interesting. That's an interesting pick. I wouldn't be that upset about it.
But I don't think they need to do it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Aiden Hutchinson.
There you go. What are you eating?
I am. Well, you were just eating.
Yeah, but I was doing it with a little more couth.
It's a long show.
Dude, what are you eating?
Chips and guac, baby.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I mean, Steven, I wouldn't be terribly upset about, unless there's a guy at 14 that's sitting there that I don't expect, like a Jermaine Johnson,
Right.
who I think is long gone. I mean, the reason I picked Trevor Penning in the first isn't necessarily because I love the guy and want him.
Oh,
It's
you
just
love
because
him.
I think that's who. No, he's not my Malik Willis like yours.
Get out of here with that. I love how you're sandbagging the heck out of me with that.
Dude, I'm just riding that thing out. But I think that's the most logical pick because of who I think will already be gone. Shout out to Shane in the chat. What's going on, bud?
What up, Shane?
Appreciate you coming out.
I don't know. So this is the real question. Would the Lions, like, if it's equitable, if the trade is equitable, do you think the Lions, like, why would the Lions want to do that? Who would have to be at 14? Would they have to be convinced about one of these quarterbacks, right?
They'd have to have, or a corner. I mean, they say they love Trent McDuffie, and Trent McDuffie's out there, who some think is the second best corner in the draft. Maybe they fall in love with him.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I think it would have to be a quarterback, though.
Yeah, it could be.
Because otherwise they have so many holes, and that's why they've stockpiled all the picks, right?
Well, they stockpiled the picks because they traded away Matt Stafford.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I mean, their idea was like, well, we were the Texans 2 years ago, right? Where it was like every position they needed.
Mm-hmm.
There you
go. Yep. All right. Well, they say they like their quarterback in Houston, Jimbo. You buying that?
Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Get out of here.
What is it, Davis?
What's the
David Mills? Davis Mills or David Mills?
Dude, how happy is Coach El Jefe that he just got Aiden Hutchinson, dude?
Oh, he's hype. Oh, he's absolutely hype. And I would be too, because I think he's the lowest risk of a bust. He might not be right. He might not have the highest ceiling, but I think he's got the highest floor. And
you talk about putting butts in the seat, which the Lions tend to struggle with. Hayden was just up there in Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. This is a perfect. And I think people are going to love him because of his motor. Everybody loves a high motor guy. If you can get a high motor guy with talent, then you really love him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, dude. That was the chips and guac. Now it's time for the tacos, ladies and gentlemen.
Crunchy or soft?
Two of them are crunchy. One, well, no, they're all soft. Bro.
What?
We eat real Mexican food in California. They're not crunchy, hard shell tacos. Okay.
I don't know the difference. What am I? Look at this. I got freckles, dude. What do you mean? Shout out to Harry in the chat. What's going on, Harry?
What up, Harry? Hey, okay.
Don't talk to me with your mouth full ever. That is disrespectful, and I ain't gonna stand for it.
Let's talk through this though. Where are we trading? If we trade, where are we going up to?
I think the best spot to go up, when I'm looking at the board, is going to be 9, because I think it's a reasonable cost. I think it would cost about your 14th pick, your 3rd round pick, number 76, and maybe.
And who would have to be on the board?
I think one of the tackles or one of the pass rushers. I think it's only those two. I think it's either one of the top 3 tackles or one of the top pass rush, mainly Jermaine Johnson or Kayvon Thibodeau, who I think are the only two that have a shot to get there. Obviously, the other two are already gone, so they're not going to be there. But I think it's tackle or edge with a long shot of corner if Stingley. I think if Stingley's there, they might like him so much that they have to go get him. But the injury concerns, and they talked about that in their pre-draft presser.
Yeah.
They don't typically go for guys that get hurt a lot in college,
Now, let me ask you another question, Glenn. So if 9 is as high as we go, which I have some other opinions on, but I have to ask you this first. Is Aiden Hutchinson happier that he didn't go to the Jags or that he did go to the Lions? What would you prefer?
I mean, neither one are a model of
they're both terrible. That's my point.
Garbage. So where would you rather live, Houston or Detroit? And I think Houston probably.
No, I mean Jacksonville.
Oh, then I'd rather go to Jacksonville, right? Living in Florida over Michigan.
I don't know. It is the United States basement based on Robert, California.
That's true, but it's awfully nice weather in comparison to Michigan weather.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
I
don't know. I mean,
plus they do have Doug Peterson. They have a legit coach and
do.
a legit quarterback, a stud quarterback in at least in theory. All right, here we go. The pick is in. I won't say it because I know you're behind me.
All right. I was going to ask you something. Okay. Well, all right. Let's wait for the pick. And then we'll
Oh, okay. First
Oh.
whoa of the day. This is a whoa.
all right. Hold on. Hold on.
Don't look at your screen because I put it on the screen already. He's way behind me.
Wow, you are right.
So they like Stingley, and honestly, if there were no injury concerns, I could see why you'd like Stingley. His
For
ball
sure.
skills are ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Like insane ball skills, and then of course he's hyped even more by the practice tape that was kind of trickled out through the media of him locking down Jamar Chase in practice, and you know just the guys he faced off every day against in LSU. So,
But
he's tested, man.
The fact that they stayed put, do you think this is more that they really like this kid or that there wasn't anyone calling for number 3? Because like you said it, they have so many holes. Why wouldn't you trade back, right?
Well, they have so many holes, but they also have a ton of picks to fill those holes. Like they're picking again at 13, so they still have opportunity to
ammo.
Yeah, exactly. If they wanted to trade back there, which I think 13 is a good spot because that's where I think the quarterbacks are going to start to be really talked about if they make it past number 6.
How much money did those videos with Jamar Chase make him?
The what?
The videos with Jamar Chase made him a lot of money.
Yeah, but you know what? This dude is a monster. He had the highest coverage grade in the country when he was a true freshman. Like, that is absolutely insanity. Like, this guy, he's got, first of all, he had 14 interceptions in his final 20 high school games, which is why he was so highly touted. He's got ridiculous speed. He's really as good as they come when it comes to corner, if you can look past the injury history.
Is the top 3 picks, the top 3 locations, is Houston the worst? It might be the worst right now.
You think so?
I mean,
Houston, yeah.
You got a coach. I mean, you have a
but even their coach, I think I look at Lovey as like a lamed up coach at this point. Like he's a placeholder. He's not a guy. He's just there until they start winning, and then I think they'll move on.
That sucks for Lovey, but I can't disagree with you. So yeah, you're right. First surprise of the draft. Let's see. What is a pick that you'd be disappointed in? Steven, if the Ravens stay at 14 and take Penning, penalty Penning, I would be disappointed.
If they stay and they take, I'm probably gonna make some people mad, but I wouldn't be thrilled about Jordan Davis because I don't think he fixes our issue. I don't think we need help against the run. I think we need pass rush, and to me, he's a run guy. So I'd be a little bit. While I love him as a player, I just don't think he's in need right now. And I don't think we talked about Michael's comments. So he said feeling a trade up for Thibodeau at 9. That if he's available at 9, I think
let's see. Go back to your board real quick. Who else? Let's talk about where else he could go if he really gets to 9.
So right now for the Jets, I would predict Sauce Gardner. They are doing backflips up to the front to hand in Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
But if they don't go with him, I mean, could they go tackle? They've been putting a lot of money towards the off. They just took Mekhi Becton last year.
And he's turned into a player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably one of the best tackle, if not the best tackle coming out of a pretty good tackle draft.
Yep.
So to me, it's got to be Sauce Gardner. I can't imagine unless they love Thibodeau and they want to add some pass rush, which wouldn't be surprising considering their coach is, a defensive guy and he came from the Niners who had studs at pass rush.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point.
He came with, there was Bosa back where he was at, there was
Armstead,
and then Buckner was there. Mm-hmm. He left as kind of, they both left at the same time. Solomon Thomas was drafted in the top 5 when he was there.
That's a really good point.
So I think it's either Ahmad Gardner or I think Kayvon Thibodeau with a long shot of it being Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my question, the reason I'm asking you is, I mean, if we keep going down, is it realistic that he gets to 9?
Who?
Thibodeau.
I don't think so, but
he
gets some off the field concerns. People are thinking he wants to be an action hero on the screen instead of being a football player on the field. He's got a bunch of off the field interests, which rub some people the wrong way, but
Yeah, well, so does Marlon Humphrey.
Everything starts with football. So if you're not, yeah, it's great to have ambitions, but you got to take care of the football field first, and then let the other things fall into place after that. But if you try and put football on the back burner, you're going to be in big trouble.
Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about that.
No, I mean, if he's there when we're picking, or even close, then I mean, this guy, he's a stud, man. He's a stud.
Oh man, I'm getting
I
nervous.
can't believe there's 8 teams with 2 picks in the first round. Have you ever? I've never.
Right. It's because the NFL is doing everything they can to tank. Like they're, it's the NBA is all that, the NBA has migrated. How about this?
Man.
The NBA has infiltrated the NFL.
Yeah, it will certainly influenced it. Man, you see the draft room of the Jets, they're all hype. That tells me, well, I guess they're going to do that with anyone, but I think it's Sauce Gardner.
I think you're right, though. I think that coach wants those big boys up front, the thoroughbreds that can just pin their ears back and go,
But remember, they're getting back a player that they signed last year from the Bengals, who was hurt all year. Lawson, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
He was their big pass rush, and then he got hurt. So they are getting a pass rusher back. It's almost like getting a draft pick.
Dude, did you see DK's note? Right now, DraftPlex is 3 for 3.
I'm telling you, this is why we have Jason Pruitt on. The guy knows.
He's Yoda, dude. He's Yoda.
Bro. He knows it.
Aiden Hurst will go second. He will.
So what did DraftPlex predict today for this one?
I don't know, DK. What did he predict? DK said, "Hold, please."
Okay. I think it's gonna be. I think it's Sauce, if I remember correctly, but it could be one of the. No, it's got to be Sauce.
Are we seeing any trades?
Not yet. I won't tell you because he's announcing it right now. I won't tell you though. Well, no shocker here. Let's just put it that way.
Repents.
Sorry. Well, we have our first incorrect answer from DraftPlex.
There it is.
There it is. So, I mean, what a pick for them, dude. You talk about a team, they're going up against the Bills. They now have to deal with what the Dolphins are bringing to town with Waddle and Tyreek Hill and it's ridiculous. And then it's still the Patriots. They don't have Tom Brady, but they're still the freaking Patriots. So getting a guy like Ahmad Gardner, 6'3", 190, has never allowed a touchdown in his career, despite the fact that he started as a true freshman and has started every year.
That's so insane.
Like, dude, he allowed last year, Jimbo, in 14 games, he allowed 130 yards.
Well, he went the wrong way.
Huh?
He went the wrong way.
What do you mean?
If you watched on the camera, he went the wrong way towards.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Now he's running to go back. He's holding his 8 pounds of chain.
As long as he's not doing the Mac Jones dad bod walk up to the thing, like that was the funniest strut. Like I remember they called it the stepdad strut, and that's truly what it looked like. This guy, man,
wow,
he is such a monster.
Wow. And people really wanted us to trade up and go get him. That would have been way too expensive.
That would have been too expensive, but it's great. It says, what's his role? Press island. Press, and more press. While it's going out of style as an every down coverage in the league, high levels. Dude, he would have been perfect for the rate. I mean, look, where he wins, press man.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been, he's built to be, I like this. His build, pterodactyl build. That's an interesting description on PFF. Dude, 851 press coverage snaps in his career at Cincy.
And no touchdowns.
Dude, how insane is this guy, dude?
Yeah.
His longest reception last year was 13 yards, Jimbo. That was the long. Are you kidding me? Yeah, all right, let's stop drooling over a Jet because, man. Yeah, I can't just keep. Man.
Well, I'd rather be in our position than the Jets.
Yeah, well, the Jets, that means you stunk if you're picking that high. And you have
you guys have the Super Bowl is the draft for the Jets every year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They win the draft, and it's all downhill from here. Sorry, Jets fans.
And let's be honest, until they find a quarterback, it doesn't matter.
Right. Zach Wilson is a bumski. So, I mean, speaking of BYU, somebody who's not a bum at a BYU, Sarah Ellison is joining us tonight.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Sarah Ellison's joining us tonight after the pick and the presser. She's going to come on. So it'll be the end. So hang in there, guys. Sarah Ellison's going to be here with us. Also, Evan Washburn is going to be on Tuesday, folks, for our live on Tuesday.
Nice. Jimbo with surprises to me.
That's right. Also, Glenn, do you want to reveal the competition for tonight? Obviously, the draft has already started, but it's not too late because it all pertains to the Ravens.
Yeah. So if you guys can correctly predict not just the name, but where he is selected. So if you are predicting now, when do we need this in by? Because I mean, we're kind of getting to the point
by
where
the moment,
because they could trade up, they could,
Yeah. Good point.
What's the deadline on this entry?
Then by let's see, it's 8:40, it's 8:38.
Well, there's the 5th pick right now. We can do it by picks. So once what pick is announced, you have to have it in.
10? 8. How about
Let's go 8? Yeah, because I think there's a shot they go to 9.
At 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, so as long as you get your prediction in on where and who the Ravens select, whether that's at 14 or if they trade up or trade back, if you correctly predict who and when they're selected, then you just we'll announce the winner, and then you'll simply private message us on any of the social media platforms, and then we'll send you out is it a shirt or a hoodie?
Yeah, it's a shirt, but the cool thing is this time, usually we do one person. Everyone that gets it right gets a shirt. We're going full on Oprah tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we could have multiple winners. That's fine. You all get one.
Absolutely. And the other thing too is that in order to submit, don't put it in the chat here. Like Glenn said, DM us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook before the 9th pick.
Yeah, and I'm gonna announce the time when that 9th pick or the 8th pick is announced. That way, we'll be able to reference the time to our
timestamp it.
It will timestamp it exactly. So if it's not before that, then you're out. Yes, and only one entry per participant. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just name 7 people. Yeah.
Now, I got another question for you here, Glenn.
Yep.
Is there any way that the Giants do anything but offensive tackle here?
I would be absolutely floored. I mean, I look at
you saw the
news
today, right, where they didn't pick up the extension for Danny Dimes. I mean, no real surprise, right?
No shocker there. The top 3 guys on the board are all tackles. The fact that one hasn't gone yet, I think, is a bit of a shocker. Goodell's up. He's got it.
All right, don't tell it. Don't tell me. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm excited. The only other shot I think it is Kayvon Thibodeau or Kyle Hamilton, but I'd be stunned if it was.
You're right. Kyle Hamilton's still on the board.
Yeah, and some people really love what he brings, and there's reason to, but he obviously has some physical limitations. We'll have to see if he can continue to overcome them at this level.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. I love the excitement this kid up on the stage, man. Loving it.
No kidding, man.
All right, here we go. Roger trying to get some of that airtime, bruh.
No kidding. Roger wants to get off the stage for real. He's like, dude, let's do this.
Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me know when you've heard, Jimbo. Don't look at the TV screen or the computer screen.
So no tackle there. I mean,
No
obviously,
tackle.
A lot of people said he was the best overall prospect on the board, so made a lot of sense to do it, right? But I was surprised because Dayball is an offensive guy.
Yep, 100%. The interesting thing is he was, again, this was a guy who was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school. He is a guy, there's no questions really about his ability. He's got the frame. He's got the quick first step. He's got, he's got really everything. He's got the bend. A lot of times pass rushers, you need to have that bend to get below the tackle. He's got really everything. The question is, does he love football enough to put it all together? Because they say he's got too many off the field interests, and that he doesn't love football like a top 5 pick you hope would love football. But the shade, they compared him to a rawer version of Myles Garrett. So if he's anything like or even close to the skill and ability of Myles Garrett, then I think he'll be just fine.
See, I don't like that comparison.
Yeah, because they don't look similar at all.
At all. And even I don't think stylistically that because they're not built the same, they don't depend on the same technique or strategy to get to the quarterback. I don't think, I don't like that comparison. But the one thing I want to say about him, he's from Compton, California, right up the road from here. I think to be able to stay focused in a scenario that he grew up in, and that he's talked about, and get on the field like this speaks to his love for the game. I don't think there's any doubt that he loves football, and that he's excited to be here. So him and the Make-A-Wish kid are stoked.
Oh, I love it.
Hey man, look, when you're about to lose your life, anything after that, shoot.
Well, let's hope that that's not the case here.
Well, I mean, he had the heart transplant, right? So like, I'm saying when you're faced with that proposition.
Oh, I see. When you come back from that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, okay. Because I didn't hear that. I don't have the volume up loud enough to even hear the situation. But okay, cool.
See, I like that comparison better. Sean Merriman.
Okay. Well, see, Sean Merriman, though, he was a beast until the steroid allegations, and then he kind of fell off the face of the earth.
But physically, I like the comparison better, is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's got the quick twitch.
And you see him chasing down Huntley there?
Nah, you're behind, so I must have looked up late.
Yeah. No, but here we go.
I can't believe no tackles have gone, dude. This is just
it's crazy.
Mind-blowing.
It's crazy. I mean, if one of these kids gets around 8-9,
dude, I think you're right. Now things are changing because either way, somebody's gonna get to 9. Mm-hmm. One of them. I mean, right? Mm-hmm. Unless they go tackle right here,
which is possible.
Could be.
With the 7th, well,
I think there's a receiver coming in the next couple picks.
That's a good point. But 7, the Giants have to go tackle, right? There's no way they're getting 5 and 7. They're not taking a top flight tackle.
Yeah, I'd be stunned. Yeah, they got to go tackle. That's probably why they went Thibodeau, because they said, look, we're going to get one of the 3 tackles at 7, so let's go grab the pass rusher and make sure.
Here we go, Joshua. You are right, dude. All tackles still available. The other thing that you brought up, Glenn, the Baltimore Ravens love their top flight safeties. Now, obviously, they just paid for Marcus Williams, but
if they put another pick towards that group when they've already paid everyone else.
How far does Kyle Hamilton have to fall before Eric DeCosta is like, what, I've had Ed Reed, I've experienced what it's like. I want something near to that. I'm going to move up.
I think that Marcus Williams is far closer to that than Kyle Hamilton.
So, but as far as being a prospect, so you don't even think at 10, at 12, the Ravens are moving up to grab that guy?
No. I don't think he's there at 14. I don't think they take him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the need or I just don't think it helps him. Where is he going to play? You going to bet? That means you're going to have to bench one of your guys.
So what? You bench Chuck Clark.
So now you're going to bench your guy you're paying all that money to, and he wears your green dot. So now you got to give the green dot to somebody else.
Or definitely not giving it to the queen. We know that.
No, the guy.
Because he's not a queen on the chessboard. He's more like a pawn. I just made that up off the jump. You like that?
Oh my goodness! Yes, I was extremely impressed.
Yeah, I know.
Joshua Hunter says the entire AFC Pro Bowl secondary on one team if they draft Duffy or Hamilton. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. That's how good they would be if everyone comes back to what they used to be in the secondary with Humphrey and Peters coming back from injury. That would be insane. And I guess if you can't rush the passer, just have the most ridiculous secondary that, makes bad pass rushers look a lot better because they have a lot of time to get there.
It's definitely going to be interesting, but I understand your point as well. So what's changed so far for you in your mind? Who do you think who's
making the tackles more realistic?
Right. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Cause in my mind, let's go look at these tackles. You got Cross. Now, didn't John sit down didn't Eric sit down with Cross?
I think they had meetings with. I think they went to dinner with Neil, and I think I saw they were linked to Charles Cross as well. And that could be because they don't think Ekwonu, or they could have had a meeting with him. We just don't know. But Ekwonu is the one I've heard is the most likely to go first, even though PFF has them ranked a little bit differently. But yeah, we'll have to kind of see. I mean, I guess
where are the Panthers going next, though? Like, when do we start to see these tackles going? Because we talked about
when do we start to see quarterbacks going? I mean, this is the first opportunity where
for a quarterback
to go. Could go.
Willis isn't going 6. Let's see. Do the Panthers have another first rounder?
I'm not so sure Willis is even the first round, the first quarterback.
Right, it was Kenny Pickett, right?
I think Kenny Pickett's got a really good shot. The Panthers pick again. That's their only pick in the first round.
And then 137. So this is it for them. You're right. Bro. Quarterback's going here, dude.
So if you want a quarterback, you got to get him here if you're the Texans, unless you're going to go another year with Sam Darnold. If you're the
Panthers, not the Texans.
Panthers, yeah. Unless you want Sam Darnold to be your quarterback for another year. Or maybe they do pull the trigger on Baker, bro. Maybe they go get Baker, even though Robbie Anderson has obviously made his opinion felt on that matter. Who would you rather have, Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, because he's a better locker room guy.
That's true.
I mean, just that alone is annoying. Baker
Who do you think's
Mayfield
more talented?
I mean, the thing is, Sam's always had the most raw talent, like as a prospect, right?
I was seeing what I could ask you to have you give Baker any bit of a compliment. Like, if there's any way I could set a question up to where you compliment Baker Mayfield, and I don't think there's a way I could phrase it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I would commend you greatly for being able to do that, because it'd be really difficult for me to choose Baker Mayfield in any scenario except a simple, Walking Dead scenario where he is the only available quarterback left on the face of the planet. Yeah.
Well, as Dark as Night Sky says, Hamilton played or lined up at every position but D-line. If he falls, they will pick him. I guess it's a possibility, but I just can't imagine a scenario where they would take and invest more capital into a secondary where they're already paying the two corners a boatload of money. They're paying the safe. They just paid Marcus Williams a ton of money, and they've paid Chuck Clark. So you're already going to take I think the second highest paid secondary in the league, and you're going to add a first round pick to it. It's possible, but man, that's really saying we value coverage over everything.
Yeah.
Up there. Okay. All right.
Hold on.
Okay. Don't look at the computer.
All right.
Putting this out there for everyone else who's not on a 38-second delay like you are. What are you, in a cave?
There he is. That was the one, like you said, that most people thought would come off the board first.
Dude, it says Ekwonu is the single most dominant run blocking tackle in the country. So that's pretty good. I'd like to have that on my team. He's 6'4", 310. He wins with power. It's interesting that a lot of that some are saying, like, where does he go? Because Mekhi Becton, I guess he's their right tackle, I'm assuming. And that would make sense because he has some, there's some people saying he may end up being, extremely good as a guard as well. And they wouldn't be shocked to keep a team, see a team kick him inside. But we'll see. I mean, he definitely has some work to get himself better. I love the comparison to Kelechi Osemele. Of course, we're a little bit biased there. We love Kelechi, even though we can't be really mad at him because they chose to pay Marshall. They chose to pay Marshall Yanda and let Kelechi walk, which obviously was the right call considering Marshall is a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they did that twice, right? I mean, Kelechi and also Grubbs.
Yep, Ben Grubbs as well. So, all right. So there goes the first one. The first tackle.
Now does it start? Now the next one is going next for sure. I mean,
he's got to go next. And then the real question is, does any of them does either of the two big ones get past? Man, I don't think there's. I would have a hard time passing him up. Now, why does it say that the Falcons don't have a need at tackle? I'd have to look up. Let me look up their depth chart real quick because, man, how are they going to pass on a tackle this good when they didn't think – there's no way they thought they were going to have a shot at one of these guys.
Right. Well, all of it changes, right? When the facts change, the answers change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who they got. They got they got Jake Matthews, but he's an old guy, isn't he?
Right. Well, I mean, he's not a spring chicken, that's for sure.
Where's Jake? Let me click on Jake.
All right, I just devoured these tacos.
He's 30, so he's not that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay,
Right.
He's only 30. Okay, so they got a left tackle that I bet they feel okay about, and then who's this right tackle? Caleb McGarry. Well, he was the number 1 pick by them in 2019.
So they got to feel good about him.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Because what you could still do is grab a tackle and kick him inside the guard for a year or two, if you liked him that much, just to make sure you get some instant play time from him, but also don't just give up on a guy you might like already, who's already there. So the first 5 picks, I see there's a question on the in the chat here. The first 5 picks it went Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley Jr., Ahmad Gardner, Kayvon Thibodeau, and then Iquanu went 6 to the Panthers. So it's a big one. I mean, actually, this one's not so big because to me, it's a slam dunk. They're going to take Charles Cross or Evan Neal. It's really just who you like better. Both good players.
Go back to the or scroll down here for me, Glenn.
Yeah.
Is this you or DK?
That's me.
No, this is DK.
What's me? Is it? Oh, I didn't know he pulled up a different screen.
Yeah, so I agree with you. 7 is not necessarily a big one because we kind of know what they're going to do here, right? But 8 really, if they're still if they don't go tackle, if 8 doesn't go tackle,
I'd be stunned.
But still, I mean, they have so many holes. What if they like one of these quarterbacks, like you said, right?
Well, actually, you know what? That's an interesting point. They didn't pick up Danny's, so they're in the market for a quarterback.
No, 8. I'm saying 7, we know what they're doing. 7, we know they're going tackle. I think.
Well, 8, I think that, yeah, they traded. So the Falcons traded for Marcus Mariota, and he had familiarity with Arthur Smith.
Right, but he's a bridge quarterback, right?
You're right. He's a bridge guy. The question is, do they buy into the quarterbacks this year, or do they want to save their pick of their quarterback and pick them next year?
What if – so think about this. You got Mariota. I feel like he would run a similar offense to a Malik Willis in that they're both athletic quarterbacks. I think there's some overlap there.
Yeah.
If they're confident that he's there at 14, what if they play ball with the Ravens? Because that's their pick. Why take him at 8 when you can take him at 14 and pick up some capital?
That's a good point. And if the Ravens want to give up a 3 and a 4 to do it.
All right. I mean, we got 80,000 fours.
Yeah.
We mentioned this. All right.
Here it goes, Jimbo. I won't spoil it.
All right. Don't spoil it.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, don't look at the screen because I'm putting them up there. Jeez, look at the size of this guy. I mean, 6'8", 337 pounds. It says he's one of the most imposing specimens ever to grace this planet. And he moves like a man 50 pounds lighter. He's only allowed 24 pressures over the last 2 years. He has versatility, playing both tackle spots. He allowed 1 pressure in the entire playoff run in 2020.
To me, he's basically Orlando Brown Jr. if Orlando Brown Jr. worked out a little more.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, he's got certainly has the traits and the height and the size, but not the baby fat that
not too many people are full-grown men and still have it on their arms and their elbows, like the elbow dimple.
Oh, he had the knuckle dimples, bro.
Oh my gosh.
The knuckles, like a baby has. But yeah, I mean, this guy, you can't go wrong with this guy. He's an absolute monster.
Wow.
Look at that. Started at a different position every year.
Did you see him just break Roger Goodell's back?
I see that suit jacket just barely clinging on that button. Just holding on for dear life. But yeah, I mean, he is an absolute monster. I can't believe it took this long for him to go. I'm 7's not horrible, but I'm still surprised by it. I think I think there's no way Charles Cross gets past the next two guys unless somebody's trading up. There's just no way. But if he does, I'm gonna start getting real hype.
Yeah, how do you think Eric DeCosta's feeling right now?
Dude, did you think about that when you were doing your mock? Like
that these guys would be there?
No, like I was stressed doing our mock. Imagine what they go through, dude.
Yeah, serious anxiety. Like all of the things that one would do to relieve stress start to come to your mind, right?
Yeah.
And it's a mock draft.
And these guys are playing with, you're talking about millions and millions of dollars, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't have especially these guys that have like multiple first round picks and
Look at this, dude. Look at this. He just destroys Roger. Look at Roger's hair. Jeez whiz.
Look at Roger's hair.
It's like, dude, it looks like a wig, like a toupee. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Did you see this box jump? This box split?
No.
Jiminy Christmas.
Are you sitting at a table?
I'm sitting at a desk. This is my mother-in-law's executive desk.
Oh. You get to sit in the throne, I say.
That's right. Everyone has decided to hide from me.
Now, if you had to guess here, what's your guess?
Yeah, I think a trade happens
quarterback? Here. Okay. All right.
I think a trade happens here, Glenn.
Okay. Trade. All right.
But if they stay.
Oh, by the way, guys, this is your last chance to enter our contest.
Yeah. Get in.
Oh, I see we got we've gotten some coming in. All right. Well, somebody jumped on the Jordan Davis bandwagon with you, Jimbo.
Hey.
I hate to say it, but he's gonna be dead wrong. I mean, I appreciate the entry. But yeah, it's not gonna be.
I love how DK, you know what the funniest thing is to me about this? Glenn is so confident and he's the worst at our over under. And he gets all these poor viewers to buy in, and then he's wrong.
We'll see, Jimbo.
It's really sad to me. Oh, the pick's in, so there's no. Well, with the pick being in, that doesn't mean that there's not a trade, correct?
Oh well, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. No, I mean, if it was going to be a trade, it would have been said. So the fact that the pick is in, they're picking.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Roger doesn't stand up there and say this pick has been traded.
No, it would have said it before it said.
You're right. You're right. What broadcast are you watching?
ESPN.
Are you? I got NFL Network up.
Maybe that's why you're behind. Put it on ESPN.
All right, after the pick.
Get on the same page.
After the pick. I like Eisen. Did you just turn to the side?
I was talking to somebody else.
I thought you did one of these.
No, I'm trying to look past these lights. My brother knows. It doesn't look that bright on the screen.
Oh, it's insane.
I got two high beams right now hit me right in the face just to make it this bright. So, whoa, we got a whoa moment, Jimbo. Whoa.
It's Malik Willis, isn't it?
No, it ain't. You could guess 10 times. I bet you won't guess it.
Go
ahead. Start racking them off.
Hold on. Wow. Dude, I tell you what, the Falcons will go down swinging and
that
swinging
wide out.
hard.
So they said, look, Ridley just decided he don't want to play football no more, and we lost Julio, who is our all-world everything.
Wow.
Let's go get Drake London to run opposite Kyle Pitts or I guess outside of Kyle Pitts.
So this means they must have some sort of belief in Mariota, right? Like,
no, I think they just don't like the quarterbacks this year, and they want to go get their one next year when they're supposed to be a much better quarterback.
Look at his wall. He looks so sad. His head's down, his hands in his pocket. He's like, really?
I'd be hype. I'm going to Atlanta. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, Trigger T in the building. Okay. All right. Got one in. Got another one in.
All right. Tell us some of the entries. You said.
Yeah. So Jermaine Johnson, I saw Jordan Davis. I saw Trevor Penning. Let's see. I got another one right here. Let's see here. Okay.
Going on you?
George Karlaftis is in there.
Cuídate.
Okay. All right.
Mm-mm.
Well, this is the first
Gotcha.
opportunity where the Ravens could jump
Have
up
to
and grab a guy.
a realistic trade. Yeah, absolutely. And with that, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Hold
Go ahead. So let me just talk about what Drake London brings. The thing that here's what I think is great about him. He's got the basketball background and it shows. This guy is an absolute monster at those 50-50 balls. He goes up and grabs them and then can obviously shed that initial tackler if need be. Now, the problem is he doesn't gain a ton of separation, which is a lot of people say, well, the reason he has all these great catches in traffic is because he doesn't separate enough. And at the next level, those corners are going to be that much better at the high, the catch point, at disrupting that point of attack and breaking it up. So that's the question. Can he overcome the lack of speed where he cannot just blaze by a guy? He's going to have to develop into a stud of a route runner, a guy who can play at different speeds and not run 100 mile an hour every time. You got to be able to understand that sometimes you got to go down to gear 2 and then kick it up a gear in order to deceive the defender who's covering you. So I think that he has to become a better route runner in order to improve his ability to get open. But there's no doubt that if he isn't open, that he can still go up and get the ball, which I think is why they love the guy, because he's definitely got some. I think to me, his height, his max guy is Mike Evans. That's who he wants to turn into.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which if he does, you got a stud on your hands, because Mike Evans, I think, has had 9 straight years.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's never had under 1,000 yards, right?
So
it's just
you
ridiculous.
can't go wrong if he can get to that. But the question is, can he get to that? Because that's still pretty,
that's rare air.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Mike is ridiculous. But I like the pick. I saw Harry put something in here. USC receivers have a history of being really good, but it is a little bit rich.
A little rich.
This pick, you know what I mean?
But, look, they're desperate at wideout after what Ridley did, and then he got suspended because he got caught gambling like an idiot. Like, everyone knows in sports, you do not gamble. Like, that is
right.
A picture of that sign is in every damn locker room. Everyone knows that you do not gamble, especially on your own team. This goofball was gambling on his own team.
Glenn, I got to tell you this, though. I got to give you props because I like your comp better than NFL Network's comp. They comped him to Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I don't see that. I think
I like your comp to Mike Evans a lot more.
Yeah, and I see here they got Brandon Marshall as a comp. I could see that too, but yeah, I could see Brandon Marshall. I think that's okay. But yeah, I look at him as a Mike Evans type. And when Mike Evans came out, I was screaming, please go get Mike Evans. Like I'm a big Mike Evans guy. So if he turns out to be Mike Evans, then I think they obviously are going to be thrilled.
So no trades yet, though.
No trades and no quarterbacks.
But we're getting ready to be under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And the pick is not in yet.
Oh, I think that there's no doubt right now. People are on the horn. They're on the phone with Seattle, seeing what's going on.
What's your time marker? See if we're at the same time.
3:15.
See, I'm at 3:28.
Are you on ESPN now?
Yeah.
Man.
It's because I'm streaming it through the computer and not watching it through cable TV.
Oh, you guys not have cable?
No. Straight up Apple TV streaming services.
Give me a couple of hours. I mean, no, honestly, today the only reason I still pay for cable is because I love watching live sports, and I want to make sure I have every channel that can do
that you can possibly get.
Yeah, because I love anytime 2 people are competing, I'm watching. It really doesn't matter what that job. Here we go. Jonas Schaefer, thanks to DK, says 5 best position available at the Ravens positions of need. Charles Cross from Mississippi State, the tackle. Jermaine Johnson, the edge from Florida State. Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia. Trent McDuffie, who is an interesting guy, a cornerback out of Washington. And then my prediction, Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. What's up, bud?
Now, let me ask you this.
You want to get on screen?
Tell Cam I said what's up.
Say what's goody.
What's goody?
That's awesome. What's up, Cam? Let's see. Danny Hanzelka is not agreeing with your views tonight. Danny, I don't even see you in here, bro. I have not seen you yet.
Yeah.
What's up, Danny?
With
from
my views tonight. I'm not sure what that means. With my views.
with your picks, with your opinions.
Oh, with my viewpoint, I guess
Yeah.
what.
I believe so. But what
Sorry,
I wanted
Danny.
to say, I wanted to say really quick. And Danny knows a thing or two about the draft now.
Yep. Well, I've had a lot of people disagreeing with me, so I'm starting to get used to it.
But DK, can you put that back up on the screen real quick? If Cross is gone, who do you want if we're at 14? Because for me, I think if we're at 14,
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think Jermaine's going to be there either, though.
But we're awfully close.
I know. But I think 2 out of 5 of these will be gone.
Man, Trent McDuffie. The only reason he's so intriguing is because how often the Ravens have 3 corners on the field. It's all the time, but man, is it that much of a need where you're going to use your 14? I think with all this, there's a very good possibility we could see a trade back.
All right, let me throw a monkey wrench in all this because we talked about this last night.
What are you eating now?
I'm eating cake.
Jeez. Are you going to do this the whole show?
This is it.
He's eating cake.
Why are you eating cake?
What, cake?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's eating cake.
All right, picks in. But I got to ask you this, though.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, what was I going to ask you now? See, you distracted me with the cake.
Put the cake down.
It's gone. It's already, look, I mean, look at this. It's gone. See that?
All right, here we go. Pick is in. No trades. Here we go.
Yeah, still no trade. Anyway, they got a quarterback here. Still too early. They got another first-round pick. I think, anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Don't look at my screen if you don't want to know the answer.
All right.
Yep, there he goes. So
Son
the tackle,
of a biscuit.
Yeah, we were hoping one of them guys would slide a little bit longer, but yeah, it's not going to happen. Charles Cross, the last of the top 3 tackles, goes.
I mean, he was my favorite.
Seahawks. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people liked him. I mean, he's he's a monster. You know, I mean, he had 719 pass blocking attempts last year. He gave up 16 pressures. So he's the pass blocking monster out of this group. While his run blocking might not be to the, where everyone else is, he is an absolute pass blocking monster.
Yeah, man. Dang, I really wanted this kid.
Yeah, I mean, monster, absolute monster.
But we had to know, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
let's be
the chances of any of these 3 even getting to this point, I think, was pretty low. The fact that the third one got to 9, I think is kind of a shocker. So I don't think they're disappointed. I think maybe if they let themselves get a little excited when they saw that none went in the first 5.
Glenn, after not getting any of these guys, I'm going to be bummed if we get Trevor penalty.
You're not going to be bummed when Ronnie Stanley's still in the training room and we have nobody else to put in at left tackle.
And when Ronnie Stanley's back there and we got him, you're going to put him at guard.
Put him at guard.
Right? So we took a guard in the first round?
Wouldn't be the first.
Yeah. It's just such a steep drop off.
This is the same guy who told me you build from the trenches. You protect your quarterback and then everything else. How good was everything else the year
I think Ronnie's back.
There's no way he's back. He's not going to be there for training camp. They said that. So who's going to be there all training camp, getting your edge guys ready, getting your continuity on the line ready? Who's playing left tackle? McCurry? Because he ain't prepping away for nothing.
I think at the end of the day, though, he's back. I think he's back.
Think so,
okay, really quickly though, let's get to this guy, Tony Dantona. Okay, so Tony, I think we pick McDuffie. Jermaine and Cross will be gone. Well, Cross is gone.
Yeah, I think McDuffie's a possibility. I think
if Jermaine is on the board and it's between Jermaine and McDuffie, I don't think it's a question. I think if Jermaine is there, we take him.
Well, Jermaine's the bigger need. The pass rush is a bigger need. My only thing is I think you can get pass rush. We showed in our mock draft. You can get pass rush throughout the later rounds of the draft. Certainly in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yeah.
You can get a pass rusher that I think could at least get you some pass rush day 1. But can you get a tackle that could do that if need be? That's where I don't know. I mean, I'm not a draft expert like, to the degree of these guys on TV here. But if you can tell me you can find a starting, if need be, a day 1 starting left tackle if Ronnie's not ready in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, then I'm okay with you going pass rush here. I just don't know. I just don't see it.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting proposition, and I understand.
I think trading back's becoming more and more real.
It is.
Misha, back up, girl.
It is absolutely. Now, somebody said something in here that I thought was interesting. Where, Bill Seals said now Seattle wants to build an O-line.
I know.
Now that Russ is gone, they're like, yeah, let's take a tackle. Jeez,
yep, the pick is in, Thomas. He's right. The pick is in.
Oh boy. So let's see. They went. Not Thibodeau. He went to the Giants. What did they do with their first pick?
Who's that?
The Jets.
What do you got there? Oh, is that Danish? Oh, there's Danish. The Jets went Sauce Gardner. So
right.
So Kyle Wilson right here. If they go wide receiver, they should go Wild Wilson. What's his name?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. If one of these, if Garrett Wilson is around at 14, is there still also no way?
Yeah, I think no way. I think right here we got Garrett Wilson, Devin Lloyd, or Trent McDuffie. It's definitely one of those three, no doubt about it. Devin Lloyd, this could be the spot where your guy goes, Jimbo. I think, or Jameson Williams, I guess.
I think he ends up going to. He's a great match with Ron Rivera, though.
True.
Great match.
Man, you're going to add more to that front seven? Holy.
Yeah.
Don't they got enough talent in that front seven,
well,
Jimbo?
then you get your true quarterback, your defensive quarterback. You know what I mean?
Your next Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. He's a really. I'd love to see him in purple. I just can't. Unless they trade back or something, I can't imagine it. Okay, the pick is in.
Here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
All right.
My first instinct was correct.
Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, that was my first guess and instinct, and it is absolutely correct.
Go.
And now they pair Garrett Wilson with Elijah Moore from last year.
Yeah, Elijah Moore, and of course Zach Wilson. But
no, who's the Texans or the Titans? Corey Davis. They got him last year also over from the Titans.
He had a year last year. He had a decent year last year as well.
When he was on the field, yeah. But you don't have a quarterback, you know.
You don't have a quarterback. You don't have an O-line to. I mean, you have a left tackle. We talked about him, but like, as far as I remember, Zach Wilson got hurt last year because he was under fire so much.
Yep, no doubt.
In the first round, you don't do anything to it. You get 2 picks. You don't do anything to address the O-line. That's a concern.
Well, they did just get they got Mekhi Becton last year, who's an absolute
right. But I mean,
stud.
Is that enough?
I can't remember
Obviously,
who else
Zach
they
Wilson
got. They
was
brought
under
in
pressure.
someone else too. They brought in somebody else in the offseason. I'm blanking on it right now, but I could have sworn they brought in like an interior guy.
So pick 11 and no trades in sight, huh? I agree with you. I'm starting to wonder.
I think the Ravens trade back, dude, because I think there's somebody that's going to get itchy at the quarterback spot that loves.
Let's see. Where's New Orleans?
New Orleans is at what, 19?
19?
Oh, 16 and 19. That's right. They got
maybe
2.
Not them. Who do we trade back with? The Eagles? They got a pick at 15 and 18.
I think the
trade
Eagles,
back at 18?
Well, I don't know if the Eagles really, because I think they believe in their guy.
So that's what I'm saying. Oh, right. They're not going to want to jump.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to want to jump. So who is quarterback?
Do the Packers want to move up? Is there any receiver left on the board?
Well, the only one they'd go after is Jameson Williams. If they love Jameson Williams,
he's a kid out of Alabama,
possible.
right?
Yeah, and he's the Tyreek Hill this year. At least that's what he's being compared to. Man, this Washington pick is going to be so interesting because they could go quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Here it is, Jimbo. The Commanders trade their pick to the Saints. You called it.
Man, what pick though?
11. Oh, they're trading. Okay, I'm going to trade back.
What did they trade to 15 or 18 though?
You're getting rich, bro.
Do you see what I'm saying? I haven't seen it yet.
Over here, bro.
Have you?
I'm sorry, Cam's being fun. I haven't seen what the compensation is yet, but
because if you got to move it back correctly, it's got to be 15 or 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I see it on the board.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, I'll make because I can force a trade. So I'll make the. Actually, it should pop up on.
What's up, Lauren? Laura, appreciate that. Hey guys, long time no talk to you. Just want to check in and tell you guys it's an exciting night, and I can't wait to come see you guys live in Federal Point, Fells Point. But we got you. We got you.
It probably just auto corrected. But
For
yeah,
sure.
appreciate it, Laura. Excited. Thanks for coming in and
Yes.
and spending some time with us. We appreciate everyone coming in.
Up on the wall. DK's got it down. We are going up on the wall. Can't wait.
Right.
Laura, we'll get your name up there. Don't worry.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I like Charles Bill. He says, what if the Saints are taking Penning? Wouldn't that be hilarious if they
moved up to go take Penning?
I think it's a quarterback, but
me too.
But they did just.
Who did they hop? Let's see. Who did they hop? Say they moved up from 15.
See, it might not be a quarterback. I mean, it could be Houston. Even though they're trying to sell us that they love Davis Mills, it could be Houston, Minnesota. It could be. This could be a corner, bro. I mean, it could very well be Trent McDuffie because they're looking at Minnesota as a team that could grab McDuffie. I think that's a possibility. Kyle Hamilton, I think, is a real possibility. Because a lot of people are saying Kyle Hamilton's a better version of who was it that came out of Notre Dame? The safety's been a stud for years. He plays for Minnesota. Oh my God.
They took the 16th pick, Glenn. Sorry too.
They did? Okay.
So cool. 16.
All right, I'll force that pick to 16. And was it just 16?
Well, I'm sure they got more than that.
But
right?
it didn't. Yeah, but it didn't say. Okay.
But
well, for this purposes, I'll force this trade, and I'll just throw in like a 98 or something like that. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna force it. $16 force trade. What? Jeez, Cam. I caught that on the thing.
What do you do?
He's making trumpet noises.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, how to let it out, bro?
Oh, Harrison Smith. Thank you, Michael. Yes, Harrison Smith. That's who I.
Oh, right. Tell Camden that 220 people just heard him fart.
It's so loud.
Oh my goodness. Why am I having issues like seeing this trade? It's like bugging me. 16.
Whatever you do, don't refresh because the whole draft will be lost.
Okay. Apparently, I just don't know how to figure this thing out. Here, let me try. Okay, I got 16.
Now you can force trade, right?
But it's okay. And then it's not letting me. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you gotta hold on. First of all, you got the Chargers in there.
Yeah, it's not showing me 16 anymore.
Click out of the Redskins and then click back in. Like go to the Vikings or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, not.
But they're on the clock, so it's not gonna let me.
Okay. Trade. Now go to trade again. That won't let you move it. Well, can you drop that down?
It's not letting me pick 16 anymore. That's so weird.
Yeah, bro.
Well, we'll just take it as is, and then we'll just make a note of it. So once again, guys, this is the Saints pick.
Yep.
They moved up from 16 to go 11. You really don't think it's a quarterback here?
Only reason it could be, but that means that you brought back Jameis for what? Like just because I don't think you trade up and get a guy at 11 to sit him.
Well, if it's Malik, right, you need to give him some time to simmer, right, to learn a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to throw a kid out there from Liberty.
That's true.
That's like Trey Lance, I think, is probably more prepared than Malik Willis was.
That's true.
Or was more prepared than Malik Willis is.
I can't believe Jermaine Johnson's got a shot at being there, dude. He's got a real chance of being there. And that was my original, when we did our first mock with DraftPlex, he was my guy, but I thought it was unrealistic to think he'd get there, but
yeah.
I can already smell the hoodie.
Who'd you say? You said Jermaine Johnson? Yeah. TJ's already thinking he's going to be the winner here.
One of, maybe. Right.
Maybe I will be the winner.
Interesting.
I don't even know.
Oh, boy. All right, the pick is in.
I don't even know what's happening. Draft? I know, that's all I know. Is that the Golden State? The Golden State.
No, it's the Saints.
The Saints.
All right, come on, Goodell. Get up on there. Get up there.
The state. The Warriors.
Yeah, it's basketball. Oh, here comes some people.
So, I mean, is there any way they go Williams here?
Yeah, they
No,
could go
it's-
Jameson Williams.
But why? What I'm trying to figure out is why the jump.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I think let's see what they say here, because I think that's gonna tell us a lot. Typically, you jump up for a guy you absolutely love, but also
Right.
you jump up for a guy that you think's about to get taken and you don't want him to be. So, who is that guy? I remember him. That guy on the right. He's a receiver, I think, for Seattle, wasn't he? T?
Yeah, but I don't. Baldwin or something.
I think is that Baldwin? I think it might be Doug Baldwin. I'm probably completely wrong.
I'm just going with a Seattle receiver.
But no, that's who I thought. That's who I was thinking of. I just couldn't think of his name. But I could be wrong. That's not him. Tony Gonzalez, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
He was all right.
Dude doesn't age a lick.
I know, man.
Oh, come on already.
I know.
Maybe Jordan Davis. You're saying the trade up? Maybe the Commanders want Jordan Davis at 16 to offload Jonathan Allen after punching his teammate in the face.
Nah, it's football, man. You're okay with punching somebody every now and then.
Just don't gamble.
Yeah, you better not gamble.
But punch whoever you want.
Punch whoever you want.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, you can't mess with the integrity of the game, Jimbo. That's the thing.
No, you can't. You can't.
Hey, look at that. DK figured out how to make the trade. That was too dumb to figure out. Thanks, DK.
No, he said he didn't.
Really? Because it says 11, the Saints, on the screen.
Oh, maybe it just auto-populated.
And it says 16 to
Yeah,
the...
it just auto-populated. PFF did it.
Okay.
They didn't even announce the pick.
Here we go. What are they doing?
They're talking about their new partner, Amazon Prime.
Oh,
That
my God.
Thursday Night Football is going to be on Amazon Prime. Only, looks like.
There we go. Finally. It's annoying. Let's get it on, man.
Let me just say this. Chiefs fans are so bougie now. Remember we were at the game and they were like, every time their team made a big play, they would just expect it and like hardly cheer.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think, Jimbo?
All right. All that for Olave, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting. I mean, he's a polished route runner already, so he's kind of a guy that can come in and immediately help, because I mean, typically that's what you got to work on is your route running,
Right.
when you come into the league. But yeah, I mean, I think he's a guy that can come in and start day one. He doesn't drop balls. The knock on him is that he doesn't do a ton. Where as far as once the ball's in his hand, showing you wiggle and
Oh,
making
wait,
guys...
there's another trade. Vikings trade pick to the Lions.
Wow. Hold on. So where were the Lions picking? How many
They were later
first-round
on.
picks do they got?
They had 2, right? So they just moved up.
They had 2.
Oh, dude, they're going to get Kyle Hamilton.
Fine. Go
Yeah,
get
I mean,
him.
who else? Can I see the big board? Is it
Yeah,
possible to see both? If not, I'll just pull up the big board here.
Yeah, I don't think I can get out of this. You know how it is if I get out of this.
That's true. That's a problem. The whole draft will be gone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I mean, as far as PFF's big board goes, now this is PFF's, take it with a grain of salt. Kyle Hamilton's 8. Karlaftis is 10. Come on, PFF. What are you doing here?
There we go. I figured out how to do it. Look
Do
at
what?
that.
It's off the screen, bro.
Oh, well, I figured it out. I got Detroit on the clock. Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
Look at that. All by my big boy self, but I couldn't figure the Commanders thing out. Okay. I couldn't figure out the Commanders
Hey, how
thing.
we doing on contestants?
Let's see. Well, it's over now, so no more entries. So let me look at the timestamps because I don't want anybody coming in too late.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy.
What's up?
I'm just getting nervous, bruh. Just getting nervous.
I'm excited, man. I think that there's still a ton of guys out here, man. Like, if Kyle Hamilton goes, I'd be kind of hyped. Because look, I think that if you get Karlaftis, he's at least a guy. Does he get me super jacked up? He doesn't get me like super thrilled, but I think he's a good complement to Dafe Owe, and he's a day one guy who can come in and provide, he can be a starter for our most needy position on the field, which is, in my opinion, edge.
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd, again, I mean, he's not the most high position in need, but man, would he make us a lot better if we had Devin Lloyd? There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. And then your guy, Jordan Davis, is still out there. You should be excited.
Yeah. No, I am. I'm just nervous, dude. Just get nervous when it gets close.
Let me ask you this, Jimbo. What's your thoughts on Bernard Raymond, the tackle out of Central Michigan?
Central Michigan?
I'm so torn on him because he used to play tight end, but now he's converted. And
I worry about his size.
I do too, but
he's barely over 300 pounds, but he's got length, right?
Well, now his arm length is on the low end. I mean, it's 33 inches, but it's not great. But the thing is, they say even though he's new to the position, he's got like the best hand placement, the best. A lot of people say he's got the best form and what's the word I'm looking?
Yeah,
for?
look,
technique.
Yeah, look, it says right here, dude. He's a day one starting left tackle in the NFL. So there you go, dude. Do you take him over Penning?
And the thing is, he's only been playing tackle for 2 years. He started his career tight. That's crazy.
I think you might have just stumbled on our pick.
I mean, he was. If you look at my, I had a bunch of mocks. He was in 2 of my mocks. I picked him over Penning. The only reason I picked Penning is because I think that if you kick him into guard, that he makes that transition a little easier if need be. But I wouldn't be mad if they got. I'd be happy they got a tackle. Just forget about dealing with the what if situation with Ronnie Stanley and the fact that if he can't play all year, what if he can't play all year? The Ravens are screwed.
Right.
Like,
no, I hear you.
They're screwed. So to me, you go get a tackle and you eliminate the possibility of having McCary be your starter at left tackle all year long.
Right. So let's see. They gave up 32, 34, and a 22 and a third to get the 12th and the 46th. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it's creative.
So is there any way they just get quarterback here? I mean,
they could, but I'd be stunned because I think Goff is
enough to get through until you got a guy you fall in love with.
I think so. But they could get Jameson Williams here to put him next to
Yeah, here we go.
Look at that, right as I'm saying it. Hilarious. Sorry to ruin it, but I think he's a perfect add next to what's it? Amon Saint Ra. What's his name?
There it is, dude. You called it.
Yeah, Amon Saint. Oh my goodness. The guy, the receiver they got last year, Chad, if you could help me out. Amon Saint something. He ended up being a stud for them last year. He really showed out. He was a big fantasy ad, one of those late round fantasy ads that really, kind of get you over the top if in your fantasy leagues. He's I think those two together. Now you got Jameson Williams with Amon. I think it's Amon Ra St. Brown or something. He's a monster. There it is. Yeah, there we go. Amon St. Brown. Thanks, Carissa.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great 1-2 punch with those two guys. I mean, that guy came out of. I mean, I guess he didn't come out of nowhere, but I didn't think he'd be that good of a player that soon.
For real though, honestly, how of the people that are still on the board, who are you most surprised about?
Who am I most surprised is still
got to
out
be Hamilton,
there.
right?
Yeah, got to be Hamilton.
Tyler?
I guess Hamilton and McDuffie because I think corner is such a premier position. But But yeah, let me just
And
click on Jameson.
The picks are already in for the and the Eagles traded up they took the Texans spot at 13, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. I keep saying this, but Hamilton's got to be gone here. Their secondary has been bad for like 5 years now, right? Since like 2017, since like they drafted Sidney Jones. You remember that?
Yeah, they're taking Kyle Hamilton here,
Yeah.
or McDuffie if they really love him. But I think it's Kyle Hamilton.
That's true. That's a good point. But I think they definitely go secondary. I know they need a lot of help there. They've had a lot of no names holding down the fort.
For?
Sorry,
what was this? What they give up?
Who the Texans?
No, the Eagles. The Texans should have been picking here, and the Eagles are now picking.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah. What did the Eagles give up? Yeah, I'm not sure yet. DK, if you find any of that, let us know.
Because I'm gonna have to force a trade here.
I like this kid, dude. Jameson Williams.
Yeah, it's just I just he tore his ACL in the championship game.
Right.
It's like
He was just the way he was lighting it up though.
Oh, the dude is a stud, deep ball stud.
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know how you're still a Lions fan after all these years. It'd be so hard.
Same reason I'm an Orioles fan.
Ugh.
Sometimes you just got to ride or die with your boys.
I mean, that's true. I guess I'm glad I hate baseball.
I'm not dying.
You're not dying?
No.
Okay.
He's just flying.
He said you can pick your brother on that one. Sorry, T.
What? You haven't ate this Danish yet, bro.
Yeah, we can eat my Danish. Don't go getting excited.
Hold on a second.
Mama said I can't.
All right, so the pick is in for the Eagles. Okay, so the Ravens official on the clock at 14. Oh man, there's so many guys, man.
I know. Oh, so are you gonna be disappointed if they take Hamilton?
Did the Ravens pick him?
No, I don't. Oh, if the Ravens pick Hamilton,
Yeah.
I'd be. I don't know if disappointed is the word, but I'd be pretty surprised. I'd be pretty surprised if they took Hamilton. I just don't see the positional need there. Yeah, I can't envision one. I think it's Jermaine Johnson or it's a tackle. I mean, I think.
All right, make your final pick here. I'm going Jermaine
for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jermaine Johnson as well, and I'm gonna hope and pray that the Ravens know of a tackle they can get later who could start if need be. Because oh my goodness, I'm just terrified of Ronnie Stanley. I don't think he's gonna be ready. I think he'll be PUP listed, and I think at best case we have Ronnie Stanley starting week 6.
Yeah, I hear you, DK. But man, I did not know Jermaine was going to be on the board, and I honestly
Nobody thought that.
Yeah,
nobody.
But do they know something? Do these teams know something that we don't? Are they more worried about the age than we are?
Well, I don't think it's the age. I mean, that's a concern, but I don't think that's why you don't pick them at 14.
All right, I just turned it off. Come on.
Let's see here. There you go. You're on cam, T. I mean, you're on camera, Cam. There you go. Oh, look, we got both the children's in. Look, there's Henry.
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah,
Henry officially crawled today.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
He's so big. He's so chunky.
He's a little chunky monkey. Hi guys, this is Henry, by the way, for those of you who haven't met him yet. Henry, you're on camera, dude. How you feel? Make your call. Who do the Ravens pick?
Daddy.
He was like, "Hey." What?
I dropped M&M inside your soup.
Thank you.
What do you think the Eagles do here then? It's secondary for sure, right? McDuffie or
I think it's Kyle Hamilton with a long shot chance of it being McDuffie. But yeah, I think it's Kyle Hamilton. I think that's an excellent ad for them. And yeah, I think they should be thrilled.
Yeah.
So was it 15 they gave up? Yeah, they gave up 15. Okay.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So they gave up 15.
Oh man, you're on commercial still, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it.
Okay.
Oh man. All right, what do you guys think in the chat? I think Jermaine Davis, if he's there, that's
Jermaine Johnson.
I mean, Jermaine Davis. Jeez, it was Jermaine Johnson. Yeah. If he's there, that's it. Is there anyone else that thinks otherwise?
Yeah, oh, he did it. Prince Quan asked for Henry to go, and then I looked up and Henry was like,
That's awesome. Well, he's a Ravens fan through and through.
That's
He
it.
can't help it.
Nope, he sure can't. Man, look at the bear hug.
Yeah.
I want somebody to just come up and snub him one time. Just,
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
just ignore him.
Do one of these, like.
Yeah, thought you had a friend, old school style.
Yeah, dude. The old slick back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I saw someone in the chat. I think that my boy just went to the Eagles.
I've seen that a lot, but I don't think it's been announced yet. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
So you haven't seen the pick yet either?
I haven't seen it yet either. No.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, don't spoil it for me now because I'm behind you.
Yeah, because I got a DVR box, so I'm typically a little bit behind for the recording thing, but I'm definitely ahead of where you're at. Okay, here we go. Pick is in finally. Has it not felt like an hour since the last pick was announced? Actually, the guy I'd be most bummed to see go here is definitely Jermaine Johnson, right? Like,
yeah.
And it would make sense that the Eagles would trade up and grab a guy like Jermaine Johnson because that's probably who the Ravens would take if he was there.
That's true. Great point. So let's just get ourselves emotionally and mentally prepared for Jermaine Johnson.
Because why are they going? They're really only going up. They're only jumping the Ravens. That's the only team they leapt over going from 15 to 13 was the Ravens. So obviously they thought that either the Ravens were taking a guy or the Ravens were trading back and letting another team jump ahead of the Eagles to take their guy. So it's one of the two. I'm starting to lean more towards a trade back here, Jimbo. If there's a team that wants to play ball, I think with all those guys, if Jermaine Johnson, Penning, McDuffie, I think if they're all there, they may even go back a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Man, this is going to be an interesting pick here.
If it ever happens.
I know. Oh, don't touch that cord.
Oh, no.
Because it will turn my mic right off. Hey, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I stopped listening.
Oh, burn. Okay.
Sick burn, bruh.
All right. We'll remember that, Henry, right? It's going in the receipt box. And
nah, dude. He'll definitely not remember it.
Yeah, you hear that, Glenn? Talking trash. Dude, Daddy. He'll smack you. All right. I'm turning him down so I can see his pick.
What, do they play football?
I guess so.
I only got one boy up in there.
People were in high school.
Are they?
That dude was jacked.
Yeah, number 6. He is huge for a high schooler. And look at 5. Oh my gosh. That's a high school kid right there. Oh my goodness gracious. He looks like he's ready to hug Goodell because he just got picked up. All right. Saints or the Eagles pick is in, and it is not gonna make Jimbo happy.
Jordan Davis.
Yep, we heard you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there he goes, dude. The monster is off the board.
Dude, that tells me the Ravens were definitely looking at him then, though, bro.
Yep.
If the Eagles jumped up ahead of them,
dude,
that was their
Godzilla
guy.
is gonna be in green, bro.
You know what? This saves you from being wrong too, Jimbo, because now we'll never really know if the Ravens were going to take him.
No, this just validates the fact that I was right. You said it off the jump. You said it. It's undeniable. You just painted yourself in a corner, Glenn.
They call him comically large. I love that.
Well, think about it. Now he's going to be paired up with Fletcher Cox for at least one more year.
Yeah, probably for only one more year. But here's the thing. His conditioning. He played 25 snaps a game, Jimbo. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the Ravens pick is already in.
I love it. So, honestly, as much as I love the prospects of bringing a guy like Jordan Davis in, I don't think the Ravens wanted him. I mean, maybe they thought he did, but all right. So let's get into the Ravens. Let's not talk about.
Yeah, the Ravens wanted him. That's why the Eagles jumped. Period. Don't
let's be honest,
say otherwise.
Jimbo.
That's why they jumped. Look, DK knows I'm right. You guys know
Jimbo,
I'm right. He was
that's not
going to the
true.
Ravens.
No, the Ravens were going to trade back, and somebody else was going to pick him. Yep. Yep.
No.
Here, the thing is,
You just said it. The whole
they're
argument you said.
taking the
Glenn,
Ravens are taking Karlaftis.
Oh, if they take Karlaftis here and not Jermaine
Dude,
Johnson,
they're taking Karlaftis.
I'm gonna turn off my camera.
No, you're not turning off your camera. You're gonna Jordan. Look at that. Man, he's got a boat. Oh my goodness! You have to prepare yourself to get that bear hug. Man,
All right, let's see this bad boy. I hate the suit though, to be honest.
You better watch out, Goodell. You gonna tell him you hate his suit?
I would, but then I'd run away.
Oh.
Well, he'd catch me. He'd catch me.
No, he might not catch you, but he'd catch me.
I don't know. I don't know if I could run a 4.7 right now.
I think you could. You're pretty fast, Jimbo. Don't shortchange yourself. You're pretty quick. Look at him getting stood up. You see that? He just got stood up by the Alabama guard alone. Look at this. This is who you want on third down on the field, Jimbo. Are you watching?
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, but
that's who you want on the field on third down.
Didn't they say the same thing about Haloti? Remember the inconsistency? The motor was the concern, and
dude, we got your look. All I'm saying is he played 25 snaps a game. That ain't even close to what he's going to be asked to do in the next level.
I hear you.
And he's a 2-down player, so
I
I'm
hear
happy
you.
he's
All
gone.
those are true, but that doesn't mean the Ravens weren't going to take him.
No, they were going to trade back, and I'm glad that they're not going to have to now. So look, they're going to take Karlaftis.
Why? Why wouldn't they take Johnson?
Because look, Karlaftis is just he never misses games. He played at least 50 snaps in every game this past season and finished with a 90 pass rush grade. So while he doesn't beat you with quicks, he just screams to me. Look, let's see how happy they look. Do they look happy? All right, they're doing a peek into the Ravens draft.
Hold on. I'm a little behind you. But dude, I'm telling you, it's got to be hard for DaCosta to not take Hamilton, right?
Look, Ozzy's on the phone, bro. He's calling the draft pick, though. He ain't calling no other teams. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing. We're going to fall in love with Karlaftis if he's the pick because of the fact that he's a motor guy. He's got that bull. He's a power guy. He never takes plays off. He's going to be in there every time. We're not going to worry about him running out of gas like Jordan Davis. So I think we'll fall in love with him, although he's not the sexiest pick right now.
Mm-hmm. And after all, see, you see what Henry just spit up at
everywhere. I heard
your
it.
Comment. That's what he thinks of it.
He was disgusted.
He was his stomach couldn't handle it. He couldn't take any more. None of it. Oh man.
Oh, Mel's on. You know they gotta get Mel on for a Ravens talk.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's so hard. Like when I get nervous like this, it's hard for me to keep talking because I'm thinking.
Now, if you get excited or angry, is there any chance that in an instant reaction moment that you could just throw Henry?
Well, then I'd catch him.
Okay.
Right up in there. There's a ceiling fan right above me. Just woo!
Man, we got to make it out there one day, Jimbo.
Yep.
We got to go to a draft. We got to go.
For sure. You guys keep the support up. We appreciate it. We're 278 deep. And remember, everyone that puts in a super chat guarantees a response, but they also get their name up on the wall in our upcoming set. So make sure you do that and live on in perpetuity at 410 Sports Talk.
But using big words like perpetuity, because I don't know what they mean.
Yeah, well, just take
context. I can kind of figure it out, but I definitely can't spell it.
I didn't use the word perpetuity until I took a finance class in college. And it's like every other word when you're talking about anyway, long story.
Okay. All right. Well,
the story will go on in perpetuities, therefore I will stop.
Let's see. DK's going to teach me. Thank you, DK. Yeah, because DK has quite an extensive vocabulary. All right, Jimbo, here we go.
All right, I'm turning you down.
Yeah, you better, because I'm not going to be able to contain myself.
Here it is, Henry. Here it is, bro.
Wow!
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Wow! That's a wowzer, people.
I told you!
Wow.
Wow is right, bro. I friggin' told you that DeCosta was not sitting on that, dude. I told
Dude.
all you guys in the chat. Wow. What you think about that, Henry?
Dude, we just got a 6'4", 220-pound safety.
There you go.
I love this. He's made to erase tight ends. I love hearing that. So he will
Yes. Go
erase
ahead.
the other team's tight end. Says high level range on the back end, sideline to sideline, consistent ball production with tremendous work at the catch point. Wow, dude. Like I can't even. I'm shocked by this. I'm just shocked that they're investing even more into a secondary that they've already invested so much in.
Well, is it because he was simply the very best on the field? I mean, left on the board that like you just
He's
can't.
the best available. I mean,
Because
the
Chuck,
only issues,
he got that 3-year extension. Chuck's only got 1 year left on his deal, right?
Very true. And you put him next to Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
That is terrifying. But what's interesting is his speed was questioned, right? That was the issue. You know, he hit 21 miles an hour on the field last year. He hit 21 miles an hour as his top speed on the field. So how the hell did he run so poorly? Dude, his comparison, Jimbo, you're going to like this. A longer Derwin James.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. No, Ravens own nation. No. Love this pick. He was by far head and shoulders the best prospect left on the board, period. You want your team drafting this way instead of others. This is why the Ravens got a guy like J.K. Dobbins. This is why the Ravens have gone out and doubled up and landed guys like, let me see, Mark Andrews after they took a tight end in the first round. I mean, you can name time after time where the Ravens don't draft for need and they draft for best player available, and it works out. It absolutely works out. Like you said, Glenn, Ozzie was in there, and he wasn't let Eric pick anyone else but Kyle Hamilton.
I mean, look, I love it. I'm just stunned by it. I mean, look, here's the thing. It says here, what's his role? They say, what's his role, Jimbo? Anywhere is the answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
this
like,
guy,
what's wrong with saying screw it? Let's just put him next to Queen.
Yeah, I mean, he's the number 8 overall prospect in the draft according to PFF. And I'm sure we can just continue to look up lists, and every list will have this being a massive, like, value, I guess it is, or I don't know how you explain it, but everyone, you won't find a single big board that ranks him at 14 or lower.
Yeah, not a chance. I thought he had no chance. What's his DraftPlex said maybe he might go 2.
Yeah, DraftPlex was extremely, extremely high on him.
Yes.
So while
Hollywood
I'm
isn't
stunned,
traded. I don't know anything about this. What's the deal with this? Is this just smoke?
What's that?
See if it's
Hollywood.
on the screen.
What?
DK, can you? I'll do the same. I'm gonna check Twitter.
Hollywood has been traded. No. Oh, whoa, trade. Hollywood is gone. Hollywood is gone. It's popping up everywhere. They just traded Hollywood, TJ.
What?
It's popping up everywhere. It's true. He's traded.
Wow, they've traded him to the Cardinals.
For what?
For the number the Arizona Cardinals trade the number 23 to the Ravens for 100 and Hollywood
another
Brown.
First round pick, number 23 overall for him.
Oh my gosh!
We traded Hollywood. Dude,
not go to sleep, and he's going back to play with Kyler
what is
Murray.
happening? What? I told y'all don't go to sleep after the Ravens pick.
Wow, he was disgruntled. How do you think Lamar feels right now?
Well, it's got to be. Look, we talked about it all offseason. We didn't see him with Lamar in any of these training videos. Maybe there's a falling out amongst them two because all we saw was Bateman with him. We didn't see him. Man, Bateman's going to be driving Lamar to the games this year, man. Come on now. What is happening, bro?
Wow. And look, so does Penning,
we gave up our second. We gave up our third rounder and
our
Marquise
number 100
Brown
and Hollywood Brown for number 23.
The number 23 pick in the – oh, my gosh. Holy
hey, shout out to Dre
smoke.
Mason for letting us know, dude.
Absolutely. Dre Mason, appreciate it. The Ravens just traded they just traded a pretty big-time player here.
What did I tell you guys the Ravens would do? They love versatile player and would not pass on Kyle. As dark as night
Yeah.
sky.
You were
I
right.
hear
You called it.
Preaching.
He
I
called
said the
it.
same thing.
No, as dark as night skies, I think said that early, dude. Like
Yeah.
early. He was one of our first super chats in the
I'm
night.
so shocked that he made it, dude. To 14. Hollywood Brown traded. Ravens up at pick 23.
Well,
My
what are they doing at
God.
receiver now? Because now we need one. Because they just lost Hollywood and the top 3 guys.
Well, you know, I mean,
don't even-
Landry's out there in free agency.
Yeah, but come on. You don't give up Holly. Man, I got to take a second here to kind of understand.
Yeah, let's
what
look at the
hell-
board. Let's look at the
First
board.
of all,
Let's look at the board. Who
Who
we
did
got?
who did the Eagles take at 15? I didn't even see.
Who did we trade him to?
Trade him to the Cardinals, bruh. Dude, the
No, he's back-
Cardinals. Hold up. First
Yeah,
of all,
he's
are you
back
ready
with
for
Kyler
the
Murray.
Lamar that everyone's going to hate on the fact that God daggone Kyler Murray gets another weapon?
So he's got Hollywood Brown, who he used to play with in college. He's got AJ Green, and he's got DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre
Hopkins, excuse me.
And
he's got the Eagles tight end, Zach Ertz.
Oh,
as
yeah,
tight end.
Zach Ertz. Yeah, now they lost Christian Kirk in the offseason to that
Yeah, well, they just got
ridiculously
Hollywood
large
Brown.
deal. And in my opinion, they upgraded Hollywood Brown. I mean,
So let's talk
Wow,
about
dude.
receivers now at 23.
this is like a movie. This is like that draft room movie with Kevin Costner.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's see here. All right, so wide receiver. Wow.
There's no one.
Pickens. A lot of people like Pickens out of Georgia. He's 6'3", he's 195.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
DK, can you put me on the big screen real quick?
Oh, you're gonna eliminate me? All right.
No, I mean, like, put us on the big screen.
Or you want me to remove this?
Yeah, there we go. Hollywood Brown, I appreciate what you did, but goodbye.
Oh,
I appreciate it. I don't
Sorry,
want the
bang on
negative,
Hollywood.
the negative body, the body, with body language. I'm done with it. The pouting, the entitledness. Bye.
Bye. Isn't that a NSYNC song?
That's right.
Dude?
Bye. That's right. Yeah,
Don't
I'm
get
good.
too into it.
I'm good with it. Because look, he wanted to be paid. Glenn, you said it before. Off the top of your head, name some of the other picks that are in his draft class that need to get paid still.
Oh, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry
McLaurin. Would
Courtney
you take
Sutton.
Hollywood over any of them right now?
I like Hollywood, but I can't honestly say I'd take him over AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, or DK Metcalf.
And
Maybe
don't you think
Courtland
he wants to be
Sutton.
paid more?
Well, I don't know if he wants to get paid more than those guys, but it really depends on who's paid first. Because whoever's paid first, the next guy wants more, and the guy after that wants more. But let me just say what we're losing, because a lot of people compared him to, and said that he kind of was a disappointment. But let me just say this: in 46 games, Hollywood Brown has 195 catches for 2,361 yards and 21 touchdowns. In more games, in 48 games, Torrey Smith for the Ravens had 30 less catches with 164. Now, interestingly enough, he did have 500 more yards with 30 less catches.
And how many less targets?
But he did also have, Hollywood Brown is playing in a run-first offense, so
I guarantee you that Hollywood had more targets than Torrey Smith. Guaranteed.
Maybe, but let's not act like the Ravens are in a pass-first offense here. So
you're right.
But he did have 2 more touchdowns. Hollywood had 2 more touchdowns than Torrey did in 2 less games played. Anquan Bolden played 45 games, so 1 less game. But Hollywood had 7 more touchdowns in 1 more game played. And also 9 more catches. Same with Steve Smith. Steve Smith had 37 games played and had 7 less touchdowns than than Hollywood. So I think we kind of got to give Hollywood the respect it's due. And now we need help here. I mean, we need help at receiver because it's Bateman and we like Duvernay and we like, oh, that's interesting. Is Debo coming to Baltimore?
Debo.
Wow.
Is that? Oh, that ain't Lamar. Oh, he retweeted it. Oh, interesting. So Lamar Jackson retweeted a tweet that said, "What the bleep and bleep, bro? We traded away Hollywood with the heartbroken emoji." And Lamar Jackson retweeted it. So interestingly enough, man.
Wow.
And look, and Marcus Barnes, he says you say he drops too many passes. And look, there was issues with drops that certainly frustrated me. But Debo Samuel, just as one guy and is an example, has literally doubled the drop rate as Hollywood Brown. So
Yeah.
while I get that, there's some frustration with his drops. If you compare him to his peers, it's not that bad.
Right. Hey, let's get some of these super chats real quick because they're flying in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who'd I miss?
Let's see. Steven.
Oh, here we go. Sean. Okay. Steven says Treylon Burks. Yeah. Well,
All right.
let's see. Let's look into him. Let me see what we got here. I'm going to pull him up.
Interesting that the Commanders went wide receiver with Lloyd on the board.
Wow. Interesting.
Look at this. Yeah.
Where is he? What is this?
Sorry.
Okay.
Treylon. My bad.
Treylon
Burks.
Why am I not finding him? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, I put an ES at the end. Okay, that's why I couldn't find him. Yeah, he's 6'2", 225. Oh, 6. Why does it say 6'3" in a different spot? That's kind of interesting. 11 touchdowns last year. He's a vertical threat. I like that he was a basketball and baseball player. I love multi-sport athletes. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a size speed demon. I like him. Let's see what happens. I mean, I think he's a possibility at 23 or at 45. It looks like. Sean Dackerman says Debo coming soon, especially with Melvin Gordon gone. Debo will be a great hybrid in this offense.
I don't think that the Melvin Gordon thing has anything to do with Debo coming to Baltimore or not. Well,
only because of the cap room, because he signed a 1-year deal, so it'd be all that $5 million would be right off the cap. Man, but that is I am so stunned. The only thing I can think of is that the relationship really broke down.
Yeah, you saw the tweet from Lamar. I mean, the retweet from Lamar. What is Lamar thinking right now, dude?
Is there a chance that he's just pissed off? The Ravens just pissed off their stud,
their franchise.
But you know what's interesting about comparing Marquise to his peers? Because there's a ton in his draft. I mean, Debo was in his draft class, Deontay Johnson, Hunter Renfrow, a bunch of guys. But interestingly enough, Marquise has 10 more catches. Who's got music playing? Cam, turn that off. Turn it off or go upstairs. He's got 10 more receptions than A.J. Brown has in his career. He's got most of the other, let's see, he's got more touchdowns than Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin. It just sucks because the Ravens finally drafted a receiver and kind of
now he's out the door,
and now he's gone. So it's just like,
man, did we get to this one as well? I mean, I want to get it up here because it was $20 Joshua Hunter. Ravens traded Hollywood traded Ravens.
Crazy, man. I thought it was a joke. I'll tell you what, Don C is quick. Don keeps breaking the news as fast. I think he's always the first one, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like cross-referencing to make sure it's. Oh, this was Bobby's guy right here, too.
And did you see this? Did you see this as well? It's starting to see in the chat that DK just went to the Packers.
Nah, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown went to the Eagles? What is happening? There's too much going on right now.
Well, I have two computers in front of me, and I still can't keep up.
Dude, did A.J. Brown just get traded to the Eagles?
Let's see.
And they all, by the way, all these guys have the same agent. DK, Marquise, and A.J.
Yeah, A.J. Brown to the Eagles.
They're saying DK might have gone to the whatchamacallit, to the Packers.
My God.
Well, because they just lost.
Yeah, but still.
All right, let's check here. DK Metcalf trade.
Hey guys, check out Prize Picks also because Drake just won $335,000 betting that Drake London would be the first receiver taken off the board. So
yeah, and use the promo code 410.
Yep, and you will get a match for your first deposit. So, wow. Yep, Eagles trade for A.J. Brown. Wow, dude.
Yep. And it says here,
dude, all them receivers aren't going to be with they're not going to re-up with their current teams, man.
And like you said, they all have the same agent, which I think is really interesting.
That agent, man, What a home run that guy hit that year. Holy
you're not
smokes.
kidding. Let's see. Shefty says, trade to the Eagles. Now, I don't see anything on DK yet. I do see some reports.
Now I'm not going to bed till.
Nope. You're staying up late.
Let's see here. I do see some reports. I don't know how.
Dude, how many times are the Ravens going to have multiple? Look, that's now another team that has multiple first-round picks.
Yep.
That's insane, bro.
I don't know who this is. Jeff Simon. It says Jeff Simon, ESPN. Apparently, he's a insider at ESPN. And it says the Packers are finalizing a trade that sends Seahawks wide receiver to Green Bay in return for the 22nd pick.
Yeah, he's going to go to Green Bay. Hollywood Brown just tweeted out, wish I could have played with my brother forever, but I'm going to see you at the top. LJ Era 8. Wow, this is interesting, man.
Wow.
I could have never. Could you have ever predicted this, Jimbo? In a million
This many
years?
trades or the Hollywood Brown trade?
A Hollywood Brown I mean, any of them.
If you gave me a million years, I would have got it right eventually, right?
It's like, no.
Wow. How do you feel though? Like, I'm concerned. We need to do something.
I'm like Laura. I'm speechless. I don't know. I can't. I don't even know what to think because now we need a receiver. Like bad.
And we still have our 45th, right? Yeah, we just gave up number 100.
Still got 76. If I'm,
Yeah, you're right. Because we only gave up Hollywood and 100. It was a pretty simple trade. Hollywood and 100 for 23. Basically, Eric thinks that. Yeah, the thing is, we need to figure out how we can stay under the cap, and with Lamar getting paid and other guys coming up, and we need to get creative.
But now they got two. Now they're gonna have 2 first-round picks. They're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, but they're kicking that one down the can. You know what I mean? It's not now.
5 years away. I'm just so.
Dude, what?
I'm stunned, man. I don't
what
even
is
know.
happening?
So if it's a receiver, the question is, do they trade for one or do they draft one?
There it is.
Well,
there it is. Yep. AJ Brown goes to the Eagles. The Titans get the number 18th pick and a 3rd-round pick next year. Oh no, that's this year. 2022 3rd round. That's this year. Why wouldn't they?
Can you go to the big board here on the computer again, Glenn?
Yeah.
Because I want to know around 23. Let's see. Go down to on the other side, like scroll down the teams.
Yep.
Okay, so the Ravens are now at 23.
Yeah. Ravens are at 23, which puts them right behind the Packers. Man, this is just such a crazy draft, man. I can't believe it. Like, I still don't think they're going wide out in the first round. I think
what I was going to ask you, where's the Niners pick? They don't have a pick, right?
No, they traded it for Trey Lance.
Interesting.
So this would be a way for them to get a first-round pick sometime in the next couple of years because I think they trade away next year's also.
Interesting.
All this for a quarterback they don't even believe in.
But then if they get Debo, my theory then falls on his face, right? Because my thought is that Eric said, you know, when you guys are on the rookie deals, economically it's more feasible, right? But if you give up an asset, you trade away Hollywood, you get an asset, you give one up. So call it a net zero gain there because you gave up Hollywood. Then you take that asset and you use it as a package to get Debo Samuel, but then you got to pay him just like you would have Hollywood.
And I don't want Debo as a just receiver because he says he doesn't want to play running back. Well, that's what made you so damn valuable. As a receiver, you had a 10% drop rate.
Right.
Like
that's what Michael says. Most of the fan base is down about it on social media, but you do. Lamar gave his blessing. I remember this offseason. Who was missing throwing with Lamar? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been coincidental, but I don't think so. Oh, there goes Treylon Burks, who was just brought up from one of our super chats here. He is now gone.
Well, thanks for that one, Glenn.
Sorry.
That one for me.
Sorry, Jimbo.
Okay. I don't care about the Titans anyway, let's be honest.
Yeah, Burks is gone. Man, I'm just like blown away right here. All right, so who went? I don't even know who went 15.
Hold on, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, who went 15, Jimbo?
Kenyon Green. Oh yeah, the guard.
Okay. All right, and then 16, the Commanders got
Dotson, the wide receiver out of Penn State.
Being able to do that would be
what's his name?
Dotson.
Dotson,
D-O-T-S-O-N, yeah.
There he is, Jahan. Okay. And then at 17, who'd the Chargers get? I didn't see. Let's see if the chat can help us out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? Baltimore Get Up says Jermaine Johnson could still be there at 23. How crazy would that be, dude?
Yeah.
They still get their edge guy.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with these receivers, man?
They're divas, dude.
Crazy, dude.
Divas. Let's see. 17, you said? Oh, that was Drunkle Bobby's boy, Zion, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
By to Boston College. And then Burks, of course, who we just talked about.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna call it up. All right, cool. Karlaftis is still there too, though, man. How is he still there?
You remember the Titans after Coach walks up to Julius and says that Gary Bertier's hurt, and he says, "Don't say that to me." Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't tell me Karlaftis. Don't say that to me, Glenn. Don't give me the Karlaftis.
Look, we were saying the same crap about Marlon Humphrey. You don't know until they strap on the helmet and play on Sundays, okay? Marlon Humphrey was a disappointment by everyone's standards when he was drafted, and now he's one of the most beloved Ravens on the team.
You're not telling me.
So let's not act like we know for a fact that George Karlaftis isn't going to turn into being who did DraftFlex compare him to? The guy from Washington. The passer.
Kerrigan.
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me you're getting Ryan Kerrigan, I'd sign up for that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in agreement with you that he's not flashy like I typically would have liked, but I don't know. Man, Lloyd. What about Lloyd? Look, Steven says Lloyd and Hamilton equals Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. Oh,
Hey.
Yeah, I knew you'd jump on. If it was anyone else but Lloyd, you would have been like, "Stop it right now, pump the brakes." But because he said Devin Lloyd, you're like,
Nah, but did you watch any of the pre-draft stuff on Devin Lloyd?
Of course, I watched a bunch of stuff on him. I mean,
Like
he's
his pressers,
what
though?
do you not like about this guy?
Yeah.
He's got everything. I mean, I'd be happy. I'd just be surprised again. I mean, look, they surprised me with Kyle Hamilton. They'd surprise me if they took Devin Lloyd, but I'd still be happy either way. Just like I was.
I cannot believe. Can we just sit back and talk for a second? Kyle Hamilton is a Raven.
No.
Sean Elliott plays for the Lions now.
Oh, what?
They paid Marcus Williams.
Glenn, Can I say
What?
that one more time?
What's that?
Kyle Hamilton is a Raven. Do you remember the first time we opened up PFF? We started breaking down the draft. I was like, dude, Kyle Hamilton is ridiculous. And you're like, yeah, there's no way he's going to be there. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And that was it.
Oh, this is interesting. Another tweet from Hollywood. Big respect to those who actually keep their word. Uh-oh.
I mean, who do you think that's about?
I mean, is that a shot to EDC and the front office, or what is that? I don't.
He's taken shots at us before.
Well,
He did erase all his social media stuff linking him to the Ravens a long
yeah, him and
time
Kyler
ago.
can go be buddies and kumbaya about erasing their social media together.
Yeah, you know what's kind of funny about this? They're not going to be able to re-sign either of them.
I know. Keep them. Good riddance. Bye.
I'll tell you what I won't miss. As much as I'm going to, what he did here, I won't miss watching him go down to avoid contact.
Thank you.
I won't
That's not Raven football.
Yeah, I won't miss
That
that.
might be.
one
That
bit.
sounds like Arizona Cardinal football, though, doesn't it?
It does. It screams. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Man, dude. I mean, I knew tonight was going to be exciting, but holy smokes, Jimbo. I didn't think
What are
we'd
we
see this
doing
kind
at
of
23?
fireworks.
How did we get Kyle Hamilton, and how do we have a 20? We're at 23.
Dude, how is it that Jermaine Johnson is still on the board?
It's his age. They're worried about the physical maturation gap. Once that is closer, does he dominate in the same way? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And let me see. I'm going to pull up the mock here of
Dude, can someone take these chips from me, please?
here we go. Pick is in at 19. Damn it. My guy just
Wait. Don't tell me.
Well, everybody will be happy. That's fine. You laugh now. You ain't going to be laughing when Ronnie Stanley's sitting on the sideline and we got nobody blocking the blind side of Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my gosh. Glenn, it's going to be okay, buddy.
Hey, I got to give DraftPlex credit. He had the Saints taking Penning at 16, albeit, but still had him taking. He nailed that.
Wow. So the other thing I was gonna say is with at 23, does Linderbaum make more sense?
What?
Does Linderbaum make more sense at 23?
Well, he certainly makes a whole
The
lot
only
more
problem
sense
is, of course,
there.
we need a receiver, like you said.
Unless they spot the thing about receiver is I think you can get a guy later in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'd feel a lot better about Linderbaum at 20. I'd feel great about Linderbaum at 23.
At 23?
Yeah, I would not
Now,
like.
what do you think our buddies in Pittsburgh do here? Do they go Willis or do they go O-line? Because I know everyone's seen the clip of Coach being in love with Malik Willis, right?
See, I think they go Kenny Pickett over Malik Willis.
Interesting. But I guess my real question is, do they go quarterback here or do they give Trubisky a real chance?
Man, they would be absolutely insane unless they just don't buy into these quarterbacks and want to wait out till next year and maybe have a tank season for like a Bryce Young. But that doesn't scream
Pittsburgh
to me at all. I think that they go quarterback here because there's no way you can buy into Mitch Trubisky. I don't see how you could, even if you buy into his talent. I think he's shell shocked from what he's gone through in his initial part of his career, and I don't know if you can rebound from what he's been through already. It's so psychological, that position, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Steelers,
like free throws, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hope
look
that
what
they
Steph
take
Curry's
quarterback.
going through.
I hope they take a quarterback and they don't address the line. I'll be super happy.
So do I. I'd be thrilled if they take a quarterback because honestly, I'm not terrified of any of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, neither of these guys scare me, and certainly not Trubisky.
No. And I obviously want the Steelers to do terribly this year. Man, they could take McDuffie, though. They need corners.
Dude, I'm still tripping, though. So
Bernard Raymond would be a perfect pick for them right here. The tackle from Central Michigan.
Yeah.
They need tackle help
But
bad.
take Pickett, though. We want them to take Pickett, right?
Yeah, we want them to take a quarterback because I ain't scared of them. But
hold on, though. What do we do? Like, okay, we got Bateman. We got
Duvernay,
Crochet, Tylen Wallace.
And then the rest is just got like Benjamin, unless you really buy into Benjamin Victor and Jalen Moore, which I don't.
Eric is done with that draft.
Wow. And Philly wastes no time to give A.J. Brown $100 million.
Well, what's the deal?
It just says A.J. Brown gets $100 million. Good golly, watch, it's going to pop up. Hollywood Brown gets $102 million.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Let's see. All right, Shefty, what do you got here? Eagles are giving a 4-year extension, $100 million that includes $57 million guaranteed.
So 25 a year.
25 a year.
That's what's going to cost to keep Hollywood too. So in that sense, as much as I think the Ravens will likely miss him unless they can find a replacement this year, I think there's no way they were going to give him 125 million or 100 million with 25 a year. I don't see it. So for that reason, the fact that they got a first out of him, yeah, they had to give up a third too, but they got a first back, I think is about as good as you could hope for when trading a guy that you don't want to pay. So this kind of tells me they're not going after Debo. Because I mean, not only would you have to give up this pick, you'd have to give up $30 million a year.
And other picks. It's not going to be just a first.
Right. And then
they're going to want everything in the world for Debo Samuel.
And while I agree that Debo brings you so much more as Yak, like so much more Yak yards, but I also am wondering if a lot of those Yak yards weren't by the design of the offense and, you know, the Kyle Shanahan factor.
Yes.
And whether he'd be as valuable here as he is there. Just like we talk about Pat Ricard's value here and how it's more here than anywhere else. I wonder if Debo's the same way.
Yeah. There's always that, like, ambiguous line, right? And where does his effort start and the team strategy stop?
They don't want to run.
Oh, I know. Well,
yeah. Hey, look at the Ravens showing out, dude. You see the Ravens fans up there?
No, I didn't see it. I missed them.
Loving it.
Dang, look how tall that Ferris wheel is. Oh, it's giving me fear of heights looking at it on a screen, dude. Holy smokes, that's huge. That's what she said.
Glenn,
huh?
Kids are watching.
All right, the Steelers pick is in.
Now don't tell. I'm turning your butt down because you always tell me.
I can't help it.
I'm turning you down. You're down.
Oh, is that Franco Harris?
You're all the way down now.
I'm gonna sign it to you. All right. Well, while Jimmy has me muted, Derek Jones says I'll take a roster of sure-handed receivers minus one number one receiver dropping half his passes. Yeah, I think a lot of that was the one game in the Detroit game, which by the way they still won, but I don't know if
on a historical play.
Hey, I thought I was turned down, Jimbo.
I can't have you filibustering over there while Goodell pontificates about who knows what on the stage. Actually, it could be something really cool. I have him on mute. I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, I think it's a little overblown saying he drops half his passes, but I get
All right,
what
now
you're
saying. Down. Here we go.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. Who knows? It could end up being a great pick for them, but to me.
Hey, there he is, dude. Kenny Pickett. Going to Pittsburgh, and I love it, bro. I love it.
PFF has him as the fourth quarterback.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait for him to – dude, you want to talk about quarterback perpetuity?
Oh, I can see us on deck. In the hole, as they say. All right, so Kenny Pickett, biggest riser at quarterback position. He didn't earn a single sub-70 game grade all year. Okay. All right. So he's got some consistency. I know he's more of that quick throw game, which is obviously what Pitt did, but I wasn't sure if that was by design or by personnel. Like you had to do that because of your shoddy offensive line and Big Ben and the condition he's in. Because I see here what he needs to improve is processing speed. He has to speed up his process in the league. He'll work through reads under the assumption he can always buy himself more time. Ball out has to be his first thought at the next level instead of break pocket. Now, here's what I love, Jimbo. Look, if you look on the screen, who's he compared to, which you're going to love to see.
Is it Two Glove Teddy?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Oh, I love it.
Sammy D.
He makes me think of Two Glove Teddy, dude. Well, because he rocks the two gloves.
Well, what I hear when I hear Sam Darnold is he throws the ball to the wrong team too much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we picked off Sam Darnold 5 times when we played against USC in college, and so Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. So
Well,
I love this,
at
dude,
college
because
level.
their line is still garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And they took a kid at quarterback that to me isn't a needle mover. He's a game manager at best.
Right. I think at best he's Derek Carr at his
Oh my
ceiling.
gosh, that would be best.
I'm just saying. I think that's his
Derek
best.
Carr's
But
a baller, dude.
yeah, but how long did it take him to get there? You know, like I agree. I think his ceiling is limited, but you know, he's a serviceable player. I think that he's better than Mitch Trubisky.
How much does it suck to hear people do nothing but talk about how you have the smallest hands of every quarterback in the NFL?
Hey, and it led to turnovers. It led to fumbles. So, you know, people can say what they want about that being a, you know, kind of a silly thing to look at. That's fine, but it matters in those bad weather games. I think that's where it's a concern.
And he's in the AFC North, so we'll get plenty of those.
Plenty of bad weather.
Oh,
Ain't
man,
no
I
domes in the
can't
AFC
wait.
North.
I can't wait to see Kenny Pickett and
Throwing
a
the ball
bum
to
offensive
Kyle
line.
Hamilton?
Throwing exactly Kyle or Marcus or oh my dude. You realize he's going to be under center and he's going to look up and he's going to look at the defensive backfield.
Go ahead.
And he's going to see Kyle Hamilton. He's going to see Marcus Williams. He's going to see Marcus Peters, and he's going to see Marlon Humphrey.
That's a lot.
What?
You see the KC just jumped up. They just traded up to 21 over the Patriots.
Let's see.
Speed guy. Look for a speed guy receiver because they need
Jameson
to replace
is
it.
Gone, right?
Let's see who's left. Yep. All right. So first of all,
what else do they need off the top of my head?
Let me see here.
Do they need corner? I think they need secondary as well. Matthew's gone. They need with Matthew and what's his name? Oh boy, he was there a long time. Everyone made him look bad. The other safety out of KC, Harrison,
out of Minnesota, Harrison Smith.
No, out of KC, he played next to Matthew, and everyone made him look bad. They're both. He signed somewhere else. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Dang. The Niners got somebody from KC in the secondary. I can't remember if it was a corner or not. Man, I'm
Daniel Sorensen.
Oh yeah, the guy who can't. Yeah.
Everyone made him look bad. Sorensen, yeah.
All right, let's see this guy Sky Moore because they're looking for a receiver. Moore has the elite shiftiness that plays so well at the receiver position. Man, do they take a guy this high from Western Michigan?
Didn't what's his name go to Western Michigan? Was that East? That was Central. Where did Antonio Brown go?
I can't recall. I love this though, Jimbo. It says in a class with some seriously shifty wideouts, Moore would be my bet to win if they all played tag.
Nice.
I love
Dude,
that.
I swear PFF watches our show.
What?
How often do we talk about that?
About the phone book in the phone booth thing?
And tag.
Yeah, we do talk about playing tag.
A lot. Well, I mean, we know that their guy at least knows who we are. He just didn't want to come on the show.
Oh, Dre Mason says AB went to Eastern
Michigan. West.
Oh, is it Western? Okay.
Oh, Central? What? I don't freaking know. One of the Michigans, not the same school.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, Western. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Harry on this one. I'll trust you, Harry, and say Western Michigan. Point being, not the same school, and the Chiefs jumped up. But is McDuffie still on the board?
Duffy's there. They could take McDuffie. Yeah.
And what about safeties here? Obviously, Hamilton was the name, but is there another name out there with Matthew, still a free agent, and Sorensen gone, which Sorensen was a bum anyway. I mean, let's be honest. First of all, he played at BYU, so you already know he's a bum.
Lewis Cine from Georgia.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there it is. You said it, Jimbo. You said it. Or did I say it? Somebody said it.
Dude, did I call that? Did I just call that right now?
I think so. It was one of us.
Am I on fire tonight? Can you just give me some credit? Come on. I'm doing good tonight, bro.
You're doing pretty good, I got to say. Absolutely. All right,
hey,
so
they
Trent
can have
McDuffie, he's a good player, but he's undersized and he's short, but he's a talented player. I mean, I like this. Accelerates like a Tesla. The best tackling corner in this class. Comes in with an uncoachable ferocity. So yeah, he wouldn't have fit the Ravens, at least from what I see, because it's saying that he's limited in his press man. So that doesn't sound like a Raven. And the thing that really doesn't scream Raven is that he only had 9 pass breakups on 100 targets, and his ball production is nowhere close to that of his peers. So
all right, let's go back to this though, Glenn. Let's go back to the board, the big board here. Can you scroll back to the top for me? Is Karlaftis the top? Okay. So who is it that you're most surprised about that's still on the board?
Oh, definitely Karlaftis. I mean, 100%.
You think so? More than even Jermaine Johnson?
Well, no, you're right. I forgot about Jermaine because he's so down. He's down so low on PFF. He's like PFF. The 32. There he is, the 32nd ranked player according to PFF heading into this draft. But I think they got to go edge here. Got to go edge.
Yeah. So is it
or tackle? But I don't think there's a value.
Go back up for me one more time.
Other than maybe the Bernard Raymond, if they really like the slight tackle, but then to me, he's a tackle only.
I mean, based on your estimation, not PFF. I mean, I'll give you my answer, but based on your estimation, who is the best player left? Because let's be honest, at 14, when Kyle Hamilton fell, they didn't want to go anywhere else because he was the best player left. Who's the best player left here? That's
it depends on what you like. If you like Karlaftis, or I think it's one of the edge guys, but it could also be Devin Lloyd. I mean, Devin Lloyd.
He's such a great prospect.
He's such a safe pick. I don't think you would have any concerns of a bust if you take Devin Lloyd.
Right.
When I think you could say that Karlaftis lacks the quick twitch and that he might not be a guy who has enough moves to. So I could see a bust potential there. Tyler Linderbaum, although I doubt it. I think you could say, well, he's a little small. Does he fit more in a zone blocking scheme? But oh man, Devontae Wyatt's still there too.
Yeah, dude, I'm tripping. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're picking again at 23.
Dude, how many years? So what? 3 of the last 4 years, or 4 of the last 5 years, or something? We've had two first round picks. I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, because in 19 we did it, in 21 we did it.
Can one of the producers tell Greeny just to keep his glasses on?
Why?
Because he does this.
Well, they're reading glasses.
Well, just get bifocals, Greeny. You're a millionaire.
That's what he needs. He needs to get some invisible bifocals. I know a guy who might be able to help him with that.
No, you might know a guy or two.
I might know a guy who might be able to help him here. Man, this is just, crawling to 23. Is it not?
Oh, my gosh. It is, but it's also flying.
That's true. We are on the side. I can't
know. The sun's still out. The sun's still out up here.
Yeah, thanks. I don't need to hear any of the bragging, okay? You have a night ahead of you. When this is over, I'm going right to bed.
So am I.
What?
Why wouldn't I?
Because it's light out. You just said it.
Yeah, but we got to wait till the end of the draft, and we still got a while. All right, here we go. I'm turning you down.
Whoa. That was for Jimbo. They don't think Devin Lloyd is the best linebacker in this draft. That is surprising.
Aaron Rodgers is never getting a first-round freaking wide receiver, dude, ever.
Well, no, but if they trade for DK, he can shut up.
Yeah, but they were going to trade for this pick.
The Ravens just traded their pick to the Bills.
Back.
So the Bills were picking at 25, so I'm assuming the Ravens are going back to 25.
Yeah, so we're getting
by the way, Jimbo, before we move on to that, Quay Walker. So according to the Packers, Quay Walker's the best linebacker in this draft.
Yeah, which is just false. It's just false. Like, how much of it is a benefit to the guys in front of him? You start to wonder, right?
Well, hold on. Why don't I see the Ravens picking at 25? Did they trade completely out of the first? Oh, no, there it goes. It just updated. Okay. All right, cool. Baltimore is at 25. All right. It was just
don't scare me now.
Well, it showed Buffalo in both spots for a while. I'm thinking, what the hell? But this is good because I bet Baltimore, they just recouped the 3rd round pick they gave up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Now, this I'll tell you. This to me, this trade back means they got one person in mind.
Jermaine Johnson?
No, Linderbaum.
Yeah, because I tell you what, you can sell the value at 25
Right.
easily.
Right.
Okay, look. They got 130 back. So now the Ravens
gave
have
up 100, so we
fourth
moved. Yeah, exactly. That's
They
ridiculous.
have 6 fourth-rounders.
So the movement isn't over, ladies and gentlemen. We're
No.
just getting started.
Dude, DeCosta's out here like a dealer in Vegas right now, huh?
Yeah, this is crazy. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna take a quick pause.
Go ahead.
I ate 3 tacos, all those chips and guac, and a cake with no liquid.
That's not good.
No, I need some liquid in my body, and I
Go
ran
for it.
earlier. So
Go
I'll be
for it.
right back.
All right. Wow. So I think the Ravens, I would be stunned to see the Ravens take all 6 picks in the 4th round. Like, I think that they are, man, I mean, I don't even know. All right, I'm just going to start retweeting some of this. I can't believe all this wheeling and dealing's going on. This is absolutely insane here. So the Bills are on. Obviously, they targeted guys. Bills made a lot of moves this offseason. I think they've certainly done a lot to help themselves move into. Some are saying that they're the leader right now in the AFC, even above the Chiefs and, of course, the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. Which you could agree or disagree, but there's no denying the talent that they have at multiple positions on both sides of the ball. So, man, they are. Let's see who they go here. I think they go pass rush. I think they go Karlaftis or they go Jermaine Johnson, but they could also try and look to kind of seal up their offensive line and go with either the tackle or Linderbaum at center. Man, this is going to be super fun. I am, it's funny. We talk about, all right. We talk about, possible scenarios. And we always say that, predicting the NFL draft is almost hard. It's probably, I mean, even just the first round, but you're talking about the full draft is harder to predict than the, than even the tournament, the NCAA college basketball tournament. March Madness, although that's never been accurately predicted, I think is even less tough than predicting a full 7-round draft. Or maybe, I mean, no one ever even gets the full first round. So, gosh, Jimmy, how happy would you be with Devin Lloyd being our 25th pick? I can't hear you, Jimbo.
You know me. I'd be super happy.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Kenny Ashley, they just signed Von Miller and drafted.
Well, but the thing is,
right,
I think they are going edge here. Sorry, I was going to say this before I went off air.
They got Von Miller and they got Gregory Rousseau last year.
I know, but how many times have they struck out?
Yeah, but Von Miller is a pretty safe bet if he's healthy.
I know, but he's old and he's injury prone.
Well, he's not old enough to where they gave him $120 million. So
I know, but what I'm saying is that overcompensating is traditional for a place where you've struck out a lot.
Okay. Well, Jackson, if he's correct, then they're going corner. If let's see.
They're not going Lloyd because they got Edmonds.
No, the prediction now is Kyer Elam is what a lot of people are predicting. Yeah, okay. So it's coming in like crazy. So obviously we're behind. It is going to be Kyer Elam, which I don't think anyone's upset because of the fact that we still have flashbacks of Matt Elam, and even though obviously 2 different human beings, and one does not mean the other will be bad. I think Ravens. I don't think Ravens Nation would have given the kid a fair shot if he came here.
Yeah, no way.
So for that reason, I'm happy that he's the one.
Yeah. Speaking of family ties, there are now apparently two disgruntled Browns, AJ Brown and Marquise Brown. Wide receivers. Be happy now, right? Yeah,
they got what they wanted.
He's still got to get paid though.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten his fat paycheck.
Yeah,
yet.
he hasn't got the AJ Brown money yet. Man. All right, so who's up next? Let's see. As of right now,
Richard Sherman says the Baltimore should be jumping out of their shoes after adding Notre Dame safety.
Yeah, well, we are, Richard. Thank you.
You hear that?
Yeah. Thanks,
All
Rich.
right, I'm gonna put on what Richard Sherman has. has to say, okay?
Yep.
See if you guys can hear it here because I'm playing it off my phone. This is really high-tech stuff here at 410 Sports Talk.
Just tell me what the link is. What are you on?
I'm on Bleacher Report.
You jump in front of the Ravens to take Kyle Hamilton, but now to say you're so. That's why I said, can we pull up their team lead? Let me say this. Hold on. Let
Is
me
that
just
too
set it
loud?
up.
No.
There are certain positions that feel romantic, and one of them is an elite safety for the Baltimore Ravens. It just feels it's a position that should be perfect, and this guy might be it. Kyle Hamilton, 6'4", 220, running a 4.59 out of Notre Dame, a two-time first-team All-American, goes 14 to the Ravens. When the Ravens take you, it feels like it's a great pick already. What do you think?
It's a good sign, especially when you play defense. Now, let me start this for the Ravens with a little excitement. I think they have potentially the best safety duo in all of the NFL by the end of this year. With
And
Kyle
cornerback
Hamilton,
duo. Come on.
Sign Marcus Williams.
Good point.
To a big. These guys complement each other perfectly. You have Marcus that can do so many different things in coverage. You have Kyle Hamilton who can also do a lot in coverage, but can come downhill, run sideline to sideline, blitz. He's the size of a linebacker. He can move like a safety. I think for the Ravens here, this is all about value. You got a top 10 player. He's my 8th overall player in this draft. He hits with a ton of force, but once again, he can make plays on the ball because he's got exceptional length, 6'4", long arms, ball skills, range. This is pretty cool. This will be really cool to watch. The back end of that defense, they're aggressive with their corners, but you let those safeties fly around. You're telling me Chuck Clark is your third safety right now?
That's
They're
a pretty
play
damn.
a lot of three safeties.
Yeah,
They
that's
might even have
insane.
Hamilton come down in the
Well,
slot. Sure.
That's what I was
This
going to
is
say.
gonna
I was just about to say that. How much do they have Hamilton down in the slot?
Well, that
You know what I mean?
kind of depends on, what you do at the cornerback position the remainder of the draft and how much you love Brandon Stevens, who I think we both were impressed by. But
And this allows him to move to the slot more, right? Like, so say once Chuck is out of the picture, you have those guys in the back and you have Brandon at the slot.
yeah, man.
I mean, that gets interesting because Brandon has ball skills that we saw in college.
And he's fearless at the line.
Right, exactly. So it's going to be interesting. Let's get to a couple more of the super chats here. Social Raven says, guys, if we go D again, what's more important second round, OT or wide receiver, offensive tackle all day? I think there's very rare scenarios where wide receiver is more important than offensive tackle for any team, except apparently the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's just remind everyone what their receiving core looked like in 2019 when they had the top scoring offense, the number one by far offense overall, and the number one overall seed. When Hollywood Brown was your number one as a rookie who didn't even participate in training camp, that was your number one. And then you're talking about Seth Roberts. A bunch of just nobodies.
No names, journeyman. You talk about Snead.
And they did it. So that's proof that at least at one time with Lamar Jackson at quarterback, the Ravens had the best offense in the league with the worst receiving core in the league at the same time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we've talked about that before, and so I agree with you there as well. In addition to that, what we did have from an offensive line standpoint was we had an All-Pro left and a Hall of Fame right guard, and a Pro Bowl right tackle.
So
how do we build something equivalent to that? If Ronnie can come back and be some sort of semblance of what he was,
if Ronnie comes back, I think you're already pretty. You got a pretty decent line.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's all hinging on Moses.
Yeah, really, but you need to lock down the center.
Yeah, true. Which you could do in the later rounds. I mean, we talked about.
Yeah, we don't
Dylan
need
Parham,
Linderbaum,
Luke
right?
Fortner.
We talked about the kid from Memphis at 76.
Dylan Parham.
Yeah, I really like. Who was the kid that you the Kentucky
Fortner.
kid, right?
Yep, Luke Fortner out of Kentucky. He's a good player. There's some option. Tom out of
oh my gosh,
is it Georgia Tech?
Do you see this?
What?
Sorry. Jermaine Johnson, according to ESPN, had a 1% chance of being available at 23 entering the draft tonight.
I believe it. Is that
I'm
him?
telling you, dude, it's got to be the age, bro.
It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, but he's not that old.
Right, but not the age in that he's old. The age in that the gap between the competition and him from a physical maturation standpoint, like when you start playing against guys that are physically more mature or as mature as you, do you keep your advantage at that position? I don't know. That's the only thing that comes to my mind. I don't know what else it can be, right? I mean, maybe he had some issues at Georgia, and that's why he transferred, like some personality things. Like maybe he didn't jive with some people, and people gave, coach maybe said some things that were disparaging about him. The Kirby said some things that he didn't, that.
Well, I mean, Kirby was probably upset that he transferred, but he had 14 sacks last year, and it says that he's one of the very best edge setters in the class with 23 run stops too.
Yeah.
So this isn't just a one-trick pony type of guy.
Let's see what do the Cowboys need? Do they need him? Like, do they have a need?
I don't think so. They just signed. Well, actually, they did. Didn't they lose out on Randy Gregory? Didn't he say he was coming back?
Yeah, he went to the Broncos. Yeah.
So I guess there's a need there. There's a need at I think center too, right? Or did they address that?
All right,
need?
here's I can't remember. That's a good question. And
see,
of course,
Jonathan Hardy says, let's not forget this is by far EDC's most aggressive draft. Something we will talk about for years. Yeah, I mean, it's shaping out to be that way. I 100% agree, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I think this has been crazy. Like, I was excited all day because I thought this could be a draft that would see some crazy stuff happen, and it has not disappointed.
Yep.
Let's see.
Man.
So the pick is in. We're just waiting for the announcement. Oh, man.
Ugh.
Oh, so nervous. Like I
know.
The thing that's here, let me just finish playing what I was playing about Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Defense to watch. This just got so much more exciting with Kyle Hamilton. This is an A for me because, man, they had some other needs, but you took a great football player.
You audibly yelled and fist pumped. I just want to know why.
I love him. The play that we showed, the first play that we showed on that clip, was a guy going from far hash to near sideline to intercept the ball that was a busted coverage that he should have never even been able to make. This is another chance where you're going to see a guy just be physical. Let's go. I'm going to go make a play, and I'm going to go ahead and take the ball away.
He's
from
so
You're not gonna
big.
Get this one on me.
Yeah,
And
he's 6'4", over 200 pounds.
That you want a safety to do. He checks every box.
All right, don't tell me.
He's my favorite safety in this group.
Oh, man. Oh, Jimbo, they got their choice. Now, look, some people said that Tyler Smith was the fourth best tackle. Some people had Tyler
and the highest
above.
Upside, right? He has the highest upside.
Well,
now, I had him as a second round grade.
Yep, same here. Same here. But high end second. So
high end second.
It's a bit of a reach, but everybody's board's a little different.
But they only need a right. They don't need a left.
Right. So I think Tyler is
I think it's a good pick for them.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. They needed offensive line help, and if you pay Dak all that money and you saw the gruesome injury he's already come back from once, I don't know if you want to perfect timing, T.
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay.
That lazy eye a little bit's got him looking like Biggie though.
With Bobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Old Drunkle Bob?
He's just chilling. He's not drunkle.
No?
Here we go, boys.
Sober Bob? I don't know how I feel about that. On draft night. So, Karlaftis is out there. Devin Lloyd is out there.
Oh, boy.
Linderbaum is out there. I think, is it safe to say it's between those three?
All right, go. So you're saying Linderbaum, Karlaftis.
Oh, and Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson and
keep
Lloyd.
Forgetting because he's so low on their ratings.
Let me go up to the top from you though, Glenn.
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm just trying to. Let me give you my final feeling here because I tend to be right about these things.
No, here we go. So Karlaftis is number one guy available. Devin Lloyd, number 2. Linderbaum, number 3. All three of those guys would be. I'd be happy. I think that need-wise, it goes edge, center, then linebacker.
Is there any way that the tackle ends up in there? I want it to be Devin Lloyd, but I want it to be Linderbaum.
Yeah. I know, and it could be Bernard Raymond. It could be that they because.
And this is the other thing, Glenn. You said it. We now have how many 4th round picks?
6.
So look, if we get if we like one of these guys, we have ammo to move up in the 2nd round.
Oh, for sure. There's no way they're taking all 6 picks in the
right.
In the 4th.
Yeah, absolutely not.
There's no way.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe it.
Yeah.
I mean,
first of all, because it's the hardest thing to do.
5.
It's so hard to pick at 130, 134, 136, 138, and 141. I'm making up arbitrary numbers here, but the point is that they're all the same guy.
They are.
Like, you need some variation here. So, man, this is crazy. Whoo! All right, what's your pick? Okay. All right, let me give you my pick here. Devin Lloyd.
Your pick is Devin Lloyd. My pick, George Karlaftis.
I was hoping you'd say Jermaine Johnson.
I hope it is Jermaine Johnson, but if it's George Karlaftis, do I trust their eye better than mine? 100% yes.
Yeah.
If they take George Karlaftis when Jermaine Johnson's, it's not like Jermaine Johnson's off the board, so they don't have the option. If they take Karlaftis, then they believe Karlaftis is a better player and, more importantly, a better fit.
Yeah.
So how can I not be excited? Because who knows more? Do I know more about prospects than Eric DaCosta and Ozzie Newsome? I mean, no chance in hell. They drafted Terrell Suggs at 10.
But they also aren't perfect.
They aren't perfect, but they're far closer to perfection
and we are
than I.
as a show. Like you know what I mean? So
well, I mean, I tend to agree with at least half of that. I mean, we're half perfect, and that's
thanks. So the combination of the
Jimbo.
two. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that.
I'm lying.
I'll take it.
I'm lying.
Just look, ladies. That's 2 times tonight. Glenn's just snubbed me. So I'm like super nice. And
yeah, you know what? Social Raven brings up a point. Why is everyone sleeping on Devontae Wyatt? Like, what? Why did he was the guy above Jordan Davis when this started? You know.
Yeah. Click on him for me, will you?
I think what it is I heard somebody say this. And I can't remember who. They said if the draft was 2 months earlier, there'd be a lot less busts. Because I think when you have so much time, you overthink.
Yeah, you overanalyze. You're too close to the project.
Yeah, because he is. It says between the two Georgia defensive tackles, Wyatt is by far the more explosive athlete, and it showed more as a pass rusher. He was dominant at the Senior Bowl.
I think that why people are sleeping on him is because of the position classification. Because they didn't sleep on
Jordan Davis.
Well, yes, that's true, but that's because he was a physical rarity and a specimen, and has a specific role that, you know.
Why are they signing sandwiches on screen right now? They're signing Subway sandwiches on the screen right now, Jimbo.
I can't see this.
It's probably popping up right about now.
Oh,
only in America do we sign our hoagie rolls when people are starving.
Yeah. Do we sign our ridiculously carcinogen processed lunch meats and say, "Here you go"?
We are reckless. By the way, was that Italian herbs and cheese? Let me just ask, because I think it was.
Who's the speed painter, dude? Is he on drugs?
I don't know, but why do they do that? I mean, I think we can.
It's incredible, but he makes Roger Goodell look 5 years younger than he actually is.
Yeah,
do you think Roger just slipped him 100?
Oh, pick's in.
Oh, it's in.
All right,
it's in.
I'm officially turning you down.
He turned me down already.
Because I already know how it's gonna be.
Oh, it's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, look, dude, I can't even. Man, you got my heart rate. I'm like this, dude. Oh my god,
dude, it's gonna be. Hey, prepare yourself. Can you prepare yourself when they announce Karlaftis?
All right, you're down. Not yet, actually.
I just keep hearing Jimmy go. All right, you're down. I'm telling you, I will be. It's got to be. It's so crazy. We're in our second pick in the first round, and we still don't know who the hell it is.
Oh my!
We don't even know what position. It could be 4.
Devin Lloyd, dude. You never made a pick. Who was your prediction?
Karlaftis, because I think that's what they'll do. But I'm hoping Jermaine Johnson. But I would also be okay with Linderbaum as well. I think I'd be.
But you didn't mention Lloyd though.
Well, you did, so I let you do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'd be happy with Devin Lloyd. I mean, how can you not? If you don't like Devin Lloyd, then you just haven't looked him up.
Or it's your problem. Like, you have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, just watch the guy, watch any coverage of him.
Listen to him speak and then watch him play football, and he sounds like a friggin' Raven. Does he not?
Yeah. I mean, he does. So I wouldn't be upset with Lloyd, with Linderbaum. I'd be overjoyed with Jermaine Johnson, but I'd understand if they picked Karlaftis, they thought he was better and a better fit. So, I'd be okay with any of those guys. I'd be shocked if it wasn't one of those guys. That's how I'll put it.
Can they move slower, though, for real?
Oh, it is.
Here we go.
All right.
Turn me down.
You down.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
look
dude,
at the
that was my first guess, and
Don't
then I
look at the
went off of
screen.
it. I love it, though. I love it. I love it. Yes.
Dude, here's what's exciting. This is why people should be excited. Linderbaum is the best center prospect we've ever seen.
Ever.
Ever is what PFF says. Ever.
You know who's been working out with all draft process, Glenn?
Who's that?
Marshall Yonda.
Are you lying?
No, I'm serious. All
He's
draft
working out with
draft
Marshall?
process, he's been working out with
God.
Marshall Yonda.
Well, let me just follow that up. He was already the highest graded center in the country last year, but he went back and he boosted his grade even more. So he was already the best, and he took it to another level. So extremely athletic.
Extremely athletic. This is what you guys don't understand, okay? Let me just explain something to you. Let me explain this to you really quickly, okay? Coming from a family of wrestlers here, his ability to move is ridiculous.
Yep.
His power and his hips. We talked about the leverage, all of it. This kid is a different athlete in the same way that Haloti Ngata is a different athlete on the other side of the ball because of his background in rugby and being a multi-sport athlete. Haloti moved so comfortably at that size. This kid is special.
Yeah. I mean, Jason Kelce is oftentimes by everyone called the best center in the league. This is a bigger version of Jason Kelce. And what I love here is when they talk about where they can improve, usually they'll have a group of things they need to pick from. Where he has to improve, I love this. It says his hand placement and pass protection is about the only red flag on an otherwise otherworldly resume.
Dude, can we look at this kid really quick as he's on the mat? Do they show any of this?
What?
Look at this. Look, let's see the leverage he gets here. Let's see if he chucks him. Look at that, dude. Love it. You see the slip?
Oh yeah, now I see it. Yeah. Oh, he's wrestling right now, which by the way, he posted a 53-10 wrestler. I mean, Mark.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. The state he went to the
apparently
state
it's his
final.
grip strength that is what really puts him apart. His hand strength is
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
He can smash an apple with one hand. You ever tried to do that before?
No.
It's
because
really
I knew how
hard.
it would end. It would be horrible. I don't know if I could smash a banana with my bare hand, much less an apple.
I love this. I love it. Yes.
Wow. So they
Let's go.
They go best player available. You know what? We kind of oftentimes second guess and we go, well, do they really go the best player available? Or do they just kind of say that but really pick as a position in need? Now, there's cases where you could point to, them going for need. But this draft, Jimbo, they went best player. I mean, Kyle Hamilton is the epitome of that. But then, see, man,
you see what I'm doing right now real quick, though? You see what I'm doing?
Now, why are you patting yourself?
Okay, hold on. Let's not have some selective amnesia. I did say it was going to be Devin Lloyd, but when they traded back, what did I say?
You brought up Linderbaum.
One person in mind.
You can't bring up 30 people and then pat yourself on the back when you're right.
I said it. They have one person in mind, right?
Yeah.
Linderbaum, and you said it. You said because you can sell people on the value at 25.
Yeah, that's true. So I said it.
No. You did not.
Anthony says we need to trade up and get David Ajabo now.
It's possible.
If they got Ajabo, because right now there's still an obvious hole at edge, right? Like right now we are still counting on Galen Hayes, Adafe.
We still got how many picks? We still got 9 picks left.
Yeah, 38 second round or fourth rounders.
Cheese and rice.
Wow, Jimbo. Stunned. I mean,
stunned.
I gotta see. I gotta see if we can get our guy on here, or when we can get our guy on here to talk about some of these picks because I'm excited. I just didn't think 14 was too rich, but remember when we first had Jason Pruitt on from DraftPlex. He said this was, what did he put Tyler Linderbaum on his big board?
Number 6, I think, or number 2. One of the two.
He said 6, but he said the only reason he's not 2 is because he's a center.
Because he's center, right?
So how can we not be thrilled to get him at 25? We got the best first. Okay, so here's the thing.
And Draftplex just tweeted at us.
Okay.
Said Baltimore Ravens win the first round. Congratulations.
Yes. Nobody knows the draft like Jason Pruitt at Draftplex. If he's saying the Ravens have won the first round, I'm feeling extremely happy.
Yep.
I'm feeling extremely happy.
Yep.
Oh
100%.
my goodness. I am so hyped right now, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped. Man, how did you see that? I didn't see that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, I'm so hyped, man. I'm so hyped. All right, so look, they're building the wall, right? So they still need tackle depth.
And there goes Jermaine Johnson. Sorry, there goes Jermaine Johnson.
Hey, shout out to Jermaine, man. He waited way too long. In my opinion, I think that's. But look, the Ravens, they think they can get it done. You know, with I think they value. It looks like they value coverage and pass protection, or line play over pass rush. Is that fair assessment to say?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not all about what they value as far as regardless of how the draft board falls. It's really about what they value and what's available, right?
Yeah.
Because outside of the guys being the draft picks, they might value edge more than DB, but Kyle Hamilton was just there, right? And you know what I mean? So Osmond, shout out. Appreciate the super.
Yeah, appreciate it, Osmond. Thanks for
up on the wall.
Yeah, man, you're getting your name on the wall, no doubt about it. Man, that is just I'm. Let's see.
Dude, what a great round so far.
Yeah, I'm high. I mean, the thing that's got me, it's interesting. The thing that's got me a little bit concerned is that we went into this draft thinking that wide receiver was not at all an issue,
right.
And now it's a bit of an issue. You trade away, if not your best, your second best receiver, and right now certainly your most productive. That's not debatable. You trade him away. Man, I mean, unless they really like what they're seeing out of some of these young guys, I know there was some hype surrounding Benjamin Victor, but I don't know, man. I think now you have a need at wide receiver now. So now you go into this draft with already this big group of needs, this massive group of needs that we talked about, and you fixed one of them. You fixed center. I wouldn't have considered a safety a need, so I don't think you checked off a need box there. And he's a great player, excited about him. But you checked off the center need. But tackle need still remains. Edge need still remains. And now you add wide receiver in a big way, it remains. And according to a lot of people, and I tend to agree that the linebacker is a bit of a, at least maybe not this year because of the Bynes signing. It's certainly a need in the years coming, because unless Pat Queen all of a sudden turns it on, which is possible. He's only 22 years old. He's actually younger than Devin Lloyd is right now.
Yeah.
So he's still got opportunity, but you did see 2 full years of him, and you wonder, are we going to see a massive jump in year 3, or is this kind of, what to expect from Pat Queen going forward? While he can get marginally better, some are doubting he can get, leaps and bounds better.
Yeah. When will he commit to getting it right in the film room, right? And then translating that onto the field. That's what it's really about for me.
Jason Pruitt can be on in 5 minutes. Send him a link.
Done.
Can you help me out with that? My man. Gosh,
DK, are you good to do that? Okay, cool.
DK still here? Oh, nice.
Yeah, DK just hopped back in.
Oh, nice. I was saying last time I looked, he was gone. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what, Rob, by the way, Rob Mercabas Jr. says, Lamar hasn't been working out with Hollywood for a reason. They knew this was coming. We do need to address edge in a second. 100%. I don't think this is a surprise. They wouldn't have not talked to. Now, while Lamar's putting it up there, that he was disappointed. I don't think he's being. I don't think he's lying when he's saying that the shock. But if you don't think that they at least mentioned this to him, I would be stunned if that was the case. Let me get to. Before we get Jason in here, who I can't wait to hear what he has to say because he was super high on both these guys. Marcus Barnes says LJ has to spread the ball around now.
Dude.
And you know what?
It's not over, though. It's not
It's not over. And
We
like
still
I
have 9
mentioned,
picks.
matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up now, Jimbo. I'm going to pull up our depth chart. Where's he going? You going to bed? All right, well, come here. You got to give me a better hug than that. I knew he was going to bed. All right, put one on.
Oh, geez. All right, enough of the sentimental stuff over there.
Good night.
There we go. All right. All right, bud. Man, you're up late, 11 o'clock on a school night. All right, so I'm going to pull up because you know what? Marcus is giving me a little more confidence. I said it earlier, but I must have just forgotten my own statement here because he's right. I mean, they've done it with a worse receiving group than they have right now. So I shouldn't be that, worried about the receiver position. I think other teams,
all
they're
we're
not
losing,
so worried about it either.
Glenn, all we're losing is empty calories.
Well, he made some big catches. Let's give it, All right, so look, I'm pulling up the depth chart.
Give me a big play outside of the Colts game.
I mean, I don't know him off the top of my head, but he's made some big touchdown catches. He made a big touchdown against the Steelers. All right, so let me just pull up the depth chart from October 1st of 2019. They had Marquise Brown as a rookie who had no training camp. They had Will Reed. They had Seth Roberts. They had Chris Moore, Miles Boykin, and Jaleel Scott. They were all, Marquise Brown was so far and away the best guy there. It's not even debatable. He was so far and away the best guy. And they had the number one offense in all of football and by far the top scoring offense, not even debatable, not even close. And that's with our best players sitting out the second half of some of the games and benching the entire, all our stars in the final game of the season. What is this? Hollywood's first Miami game. I'm not sure.
I'm talking about big plays, but
he exploded.
Sure,
yeah,
we also destroyed them. It wasn't like a big moment.
Yeah, he showed out, but all I'm saying is they've done it with the worst receiving core in the league. They had the best offense in the league.
By a mile.
That's got to give, everyone confidence that they can do it without Hollywood. They can do it they can do it without any big time receivers because they've done it. It says Lamar Jackson not happy with the center pick. I'm wondering if this is a Twitter thing or if
Mitchell going up on the board. Yeah, I'm trying to find. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to find someone that.
I see what you're doing. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just saw what you're up to here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get someone else here.
I'm gonna pull up Zrebix because look. Oh, did they just take Devin?
Who, the Bucks?
Yeah. Why is it saying Lamar's pissed? What happened? What's going on here?
Let me try and figure this out.
Oh, Lamar tweeted WTF. Interesting. Okay.
Well,
so what? So is that WTF about the center, or is he still kind of stewing over the Hollywood situation? That's interesting. Now, I think if you start letting your players be your GM, then you end up being the Brooklyn Nets,
right?
Which look where they're at right now. If you're a basketball fan, let's see here. Okay. Kenny Ash says, we just lost our center for like $3 million a year, then trade Hollywood for a center. Then Wyatt, Lloyd, and Johnson are there. Even Lamar said, what the F on Twitter. Yeah, but let's be honest. Bozeman is no Linderbaum. It's not even debatable. Bozeman is an average center at best. He's average.
Right.
If you want to tell me he's slightly above average, okay. This guy, Linderbaum, they're talking the greatest center prospect in the history of PFF grading talent in college. So,
yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a massive jump. Average center to potential all-pro center is what they're saying he's the best center prospect coming out. He's a bigger version of Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
So, I don't see the need for Wyatt and Devin Lloyd, great player. Don't see the need to pick a guy that high. Now, Jermaine Johnson, I understand that. I certainly get that there's a huge need at edge, so I'm not going to argue there. I love Jermaine Johnson. He would have been my favorite pick. So, yeah, and Bozeman. I mean, who's really missing Bozeman? I liked him in the community. I think he was an okay player, but I'm not like, oh my God, what are we going to do without Bozeman? I mean,
Right.
Bozeman.
Well, yeah. Bozeman who? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, man. I tell you what, though, I just got to mention this because my boy just went on Devin Lloyd to the Packers. I mean, to the Packers. He wishes to the Jags. You know, he came back and stayed an extra year to commit to winning a Pac-12 championship and to pay homage to the running back that unfortunately lost his life the offseason prior, and his payback is he has to go play for the Jags.
Well, I'm sure.
But the Jags got one heck of a first round too.
Yeah, the Jags are in good hands with Doug Peterson.
Because they got
a quarterback.
They got Aiden, and they got Devin Lloyd. Hey, that's a good first round.
We got a guest in the waiting room, Jimbo, that we got to get in here. We got to know.
Oh, shoot, I didn't. Here we go.
We got to know the man, Jason.
Reporting from. Is this international, Jason?
International, man.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm live from Copenhagen, Denmark at 5 a.m.
Oh my!
Look at that!
God.
First of all, shout out to Jason jumping on with us at 5 a.m. in Denmark as he's, traveling nationally.
You need to DM us your address so we can get you some swag, dude.
Yeah, definitely got to send you some swag.
Yeah,
all right, so
I'm on about 2 hours sleep because we had a late team dinner for my actual real world job. Got to sleep about midnight. Woke up at 2, and we were rolling.
Man. Well, I appreciate the hard work. Certainly salute you there. So we got to start number one with the Ravens' first pick. First of all, how shocked were you to see Kyle Hamilton still available when the Ravens were picking?
After we've kind of gone through this process, I wasn't overly shocked. I mean, in my last mock, which crumbled, by the way, I had him at 12 to the Vikings. So not that far off. I think, you look at the position, you look at kind of where the buzz was going with different players, and I couldn't really find a spot that I felt natural. I thought his floor might be the Texans at 13. I ended up going with the Vikings, but like that range, I said 11-15 is probably his range by when all is said and done. Here we are. So, I mean, I think that's a accurate reflection. I think there was, based on the evaluations, I think there's a higher perception for his talent versus the positional value and how teams view that position, at safety. So it's not common at all for a safety to go super early. And that's why I thought it was a little bit of a rich for him to be projected as early as some people had him. But certainly the value is there. Again, it's positional value versus the player and how you project it. Again, a lot of people did have him as the top player in this draft class. So if you're just looking at purely best player on the board, he's been in that mix for sure.
And now, so tell us a little bit about what they're getting in Kyle Hamilton, because it wasn't like the most drastic need, but I mean, tell them what they're adding to that defense.
Yeah, so Kyle Hamilton, obviously he's a big versatile safety, and he can kind of be that nickel linebacker as well. And I think that with him, maybe he's not the the deep safety. And we talked about this before, especially with the Ravens signing Marcus Williams. You think he'll probably play that role for them. And what you can do with Kyle Hamilton, he's a chess piece, right? You can move him all around the defensive formation. He can do a lot of different things. He doesn't have to come off the field. You're not going to substitute him out. It gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of what you're going to do, on third down, because he can act as a linebacker, but it gets you a lot more speed. I know like the way he ran, but I think you mentioned, the GPS tracking, like there's track speed, there's time speed, there's football speed. And certainly he has the football speed, because I think everybody was shocked at some of the numbers that came out during the testing that didn't really line up. And that's why you do every piece of this process, right? You have the tape, you have the testing, and it's not just one thing outweighs the other. You've got to piece all that together. And I think despite how that kind of went for him, I think this was probably going to be his range overall in terms of when he was going to be drafted. Again, the evaluation is completely different. I think draft position can be reflective of that, but you also look at the positional value, the rest of the board, what teams need. Obviously, there was a lot of need in the first part of this draft that would have required teams to kind of go against the grain to take a safety that high. Certainly, like some of them didn't need it, but then they have other needs elsewhere that they could address and maybe look at safety later on in the draft. But for the Ravens, they just have to sit there, let the board come to them. That's what they did with both of these picks. And you throw in the trade for the 23rd pick with Hollywood Brown in that 100. That, to me, that's a trade in favor of the Ravens. I mean, I don't know about you guys. A first round pick basically, and what amounts to a comp pick for a receiver that probably wasn't long for Baltimore anyway.
Yeah.
That was good value for them to get that trade. And then you come out of that with Tyler Linderbaum. Yeah, that's a home run. That's a home run.
So tell us a little bit about Tyler Linderbaum, because I understand when we had you first on, you were about as high on Tyler Linderbaum as anyone has ever been on a center. So tell us about what they got there.
Yeah, you look at everything that a center needs to have, and like the one thing we focus on is the size, but the ability to move, the ability to get in position, because center is the spot where you have the most to do in terms of snapping the ball, getting in position, whether it's cutting a nose tackle off, cutting a defensive tackle off, getting back into pass protection. Like your processor has to be operating 100% all the time. He's always in position. It's not just being there to get in the way. Like he's in his block when you want him to be. And he's very, the mobility is there. It gives you a lot of things to do, especially, with the Ravens having the offense that they do, very run oriented. Maybe you look at getting another receiver here tomorrow. I don't know if they'll try to make a move here to get back into the last few picks of the first round. Probably not, but that what he's plug and play, right? You pop him in, you expect that him being in that position, he's going to be there for a long time and be technically sound. I mean, I think functionally, like there's nothing that you can really detract from Tyler Linderbaum outside of the size and the arm length. And we kind of talked about that over the course of this process. That's really the only knock you could put against him in the position that he plays. With the way this draft class has gone, the way some of these picks have gone, I think it went early, then it got wild, and like I said, for me, you couldn't be happier coming away with the players that you did based on kind of the conversations we had.
So let me ask you this: now that they've kind of filled a big need at center, and then they kind of went with best player. I mean, I guess they did for both positions, but certainly with Kyle Hamilton went with best player because, like you mentioned, they just signed Marcus Williams. They got Chuck Clark under contract. They got already so much invested in the rest of the secondary. So they still have a pretty glaring need at the edge position. But how surprised are you to see George Karlaftis still on the board at this point in the draft?
Not overly surprised. I think that the second half of the first round was kind of that, but I mean the evaluations are all over the place. Like I was listening to it because I'm international. I can't watch ESPN. I can't watch NFL Network. I was watching the Cowboys draft show, which it's Cowboy centric, obviously, but they're covering the whole thing. That their reports on there that some teams had him as a 4th round player, which I don't see. The only way you could really see that is if you think he's maxed out at what he does and you think he's only going to serve one role. But Karlaftis, I think, is in a top 40 player all day. So, I mean, if he slipped into the second round, I wouldn't be too surprised because, again, it's what teams value from the position. If they prefer length, he's probably not going to be their guy. If you prefer the speed rush, he's probably not going to be your guy. Right. But he's a very solid player, a very high floor player. And I think that's what you would look at if you were to get George Karlaftis. I mean, again, he was my pick for the Ravens at 14 because, again, as you work through a mock, it's how the board falls to you. If Jermaine Johnson was there, I probably would have put him there. I'm more surprised that Jermaine Johnson is
26.
Going to 26 to the Jets. Like the team is not surprising, but people were saying going in that he could have been a consideration at number 4. The only thing I think that maybe was against him was I think he had one year maybe of production, and then his age, because I think he's
23 and a
24.
half.
23 and a half. So like by the season starts, he's probably 24. But
Yeah.
like that's kind of the unique thing about this draft, particularly because you have the super seniors, so guys that went back to school. So there's a lot of older prospects than typical at the top of this, and kind of scattered throughout this draft class. But yeah, as far as Karlaftis goes, if he slips into day 2, we'll see how the last couple picks here go down. I would expect his name to get called pretty early.
Now let me ask you another one, because tackle to me is still a massive need for the Ravens. Ronnie Stanley, there's some reports he might be ready, but I have doubts on a serious level. Even if he is technically cleared by week 1, I'm assuming he won't be participating in all of camp and all the other off season stuff. So at this point, is there a tackle in the draft that, if need be, could play still week 1 for the Ravens if Ronnie's not ready to suit up?
Yeah, it's hard because I look at Bernard Raymond. I don't know that he's ready to start day 1. I think he could. I mean, I think he'd be okay, but I think he's still young to the position, despite being an older prospect, because he's international. Started out as a tight end, moved out to tackle, gained the weight to do that. So he's still learning. So I don't know that he's ready for that.
What of ASU? Kellen
Deesh?
Kellen Deesh.
Yeah.
I like Kellen Deesh. I think he could jump in there and be a good player. I think there's, obviously as you go through, there's different things.
Right?
Yeah, it's like for him, I think the length isn't quite there. But the mobility certainly is. He can get in position. It's kind of like Linderbaum, right? Where you have to look at the flavors that you like. Like Falele, like we talked about him. He's a right tackle only, I think. That's not going to help if you're going to put him at left with Ronnie Stanley. I mean, you've got the movement and mobility issues with him for being the size that he is. Doesn't mean he's not a good player, but I think to put him on the left side is probably going to be a little bit more of a difficult transition for him. I'd have to pull up the board with who else is left. I know, like the Cowboys took Tyler Smith, which I thought was a little bit of a reach. But he was another option at tackle. And if you wanted to put him in, it's probably not the best, the best situation at left tackle. But I mean, you look at Abraham
Lucas.
Abraham Lucas is a right tackle. You think he could probably play left. And then after that, you look at
you got Sawyer as a guard, right? Jamari Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer's interesting because I do think he could play NFL, like a left tackle in NFL. It may be he may have some more challenges, obviously, than he did in college. But, I mean, I think he could do it. I have him kind of designated as a lineman, but I've got him ranked as a guard because I think that's probably his best position. Okay. But certainly if you wanted to try it, I mean, I'd be open to it, and you would hope that he could kind of take to it, and because he's a big guy. He's one of the tough nose type players that can do that. He's not kind of a finesse tackle you would think with like Ryman. So I mean, there's still some options out there, but it's going to get a little lean after probably tomorrow in terms of getting somebody that you can plug in there right away.
Jeez whiz. Well, Jason, look, go get some sleep, man.
I can't, man. I got an early flight. I got to get to the airport, so I may get an hour if this thing wraps up here, but I'm kind of good. Like this is what we worked for this whole time.
That's right.
To get to this point, so I'm kind of jazzed up. I'm feeling good despite being tired. I can sleep on the plane. It's only a 9-hour flight back to DC, then another 3 to Texas. So
there you go.
Now look, Cole Strange just went number 29 to the Patriots. Out of Chattanooga.
Are you serious? I've kind of trailed off on where the picks that have gone. So Cole Strange went first round.
29.
Yeah, well,
this is the Patriots drafting. They
don't care, man.
Belichick can't draft worth a lick.
No.
He's in right.
Cole Strange is a good player.
Pro Bowler
but first round. That's
he's number 86 on the board at PFF.
Third team FCS.
Yeah, Belichick don't care.
No,
he doesn't care.
He says my job security is fine, and I'll take whoever that bleep I want. I don't care what you guys have to say. Holy smokes!
Wow.
Well,
That's
Jason, look,
one nobody will have had.
We're gonna have to get you on next week after the draft is over to give your final grade. But you give this grade to the Ravens an A for round 1. It sounds like we saw your tweet. Sounds like Ravens won round 1. I think that the Jets also had a nice round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jets did
as
too.
well. But
so
we'll get
A. Are they an A?
The Jet. I mean,
No,
Jets.
the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah, A plus. I think for what we talked about coming in. I mean, you guys were high on like, can we get Kyle Hamilton? What about center and Linderbaum's there?
Right.
I think you filled needs. I think you got the best player at each of those positions. So yeah, A freaking plus, man.
Nice. Awesome. Well, enjoy your flight. Enjoy the rest of the draft, man. Thank you so much for coming on from Denmark. Shout out to Jason Pruitt, man. That was awesome.
I
There
appreciate
goes
you guys.
Karlaftis to the Chiefs. There he goes.
Oh, there he
good.
goes.
Good riddance, Karlaftis. See you later. We don't want you.
All right, Jason. Travel
Yeah,
safe,
man.
bud.
Talk to you
All right,
later.
see you guys.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Well,
We got another guest. We got another guest coming on the show. First time on the show, Kennington Smith. Kennington, what is going on, man?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. This is literally our first time meeting. Shout out to Kennington for coming on short notice.
Absolutely.
Beat writer for the Des Moines Register, correct?
Yes.
I got that right. Nice.
did.
But we got the inside scoop for you guys here in Ravens Flock. We're 410 Sports Talk, and Kennington is more than willing to devote a little bit of his time this evening to talk about one Tyler Linderbaum. Were you excited about this pick and the fit of the Ravens and Tyler coming together?
Yeah, I feel like you have to be. When you look at the history that's there, obviously the first person that you think of is Marshall Yonda and what he meant to the Ravens for so many years. And Tyler Linderbaum really represents that same type of player, somebody who could come in and be a staple at the interior of your offensive line. So I really like the pick. At least out here, a major talking point was the Ravens could be a destination spot, but picking as high as they were at the time, could get a little dicey just because centers traditionally don't go that high in the draft in that top 15 range. So it worked out perfectly for the Ravens. They were able to make some moves and end up in the mid-20s, and he was still sitting there, fortunately.
Now, I got to ask you this. The guy that we just had on before, I know you were watching a little bit of it, DraftPlex, he's been the most accurate drafter of all the national draft folks for the past few years, and he rated him as a few things. One, the best draft or center prospect he's ever graded. 2, he had him 6th overall on his board, and higher if he weren't a center. What are do you agree with that as well? Is this kid really as good as what people say he is?
He is that good. I think that's another reason why I feel like he also fell. I think that you look at a lot of the linemen that were taken in the draft prior to him, big bodies, but also a lot of position versatility, somebody that you could play at guard or you could play at tackle. They had clips of that in their college highlights. I think that was another reason why, Linderbaum fell. He doesn't really have that same positional versatility, but when you look at what he brings to the table, I believe Pro Football Focus as well had him as their highest graded center the last 2 years. And then the stats are just eye-popping. 2 allowed sacks on 1,200 pass blocking snaps. That's crazy. And I think the crazier part about it is his rush blocking highlights are more impressive than what he does in pass blocking. I'm really surprised that ESPN didn't show the highlight of their game against Wisconsin in 2020 when Tyler Goodson breaks for a long touchdown run, almost 80 yards, and Linderbaum was running stride for stride with him for a long part of that run, finished only about 10 yards behind him. I think there's a lot of clips like that where you see him block at the first level, then he touches somebody at the second level, then he gets to the third level and finishing those blocks all the way. So I agree with the assessment. I think that the Ravens did well in shoring up that offensive line and adding more protection for Lamar Jackson.
Now, I got to ask you one more here. And sorry, Glenn, I'm kind of filibustering here, but I'm really excited about this pick. Everyone was concerned about the size, right? That he's under 300 pounds on a lot of people's sheets. I think his official weight, he came in a little under or a little over, but either way, he was right around that mark. A lot of people are saying he's undersized, got short arms, but should the Ravens, not teams, he's officially a Raven, should they be concerned about his lack of size, if you will?
I don't think so. I think that, when you kind of look at his play style and what he brings to the table, especially in terms of tenacity, I think he'll be able to compensate for his size. I think that a comp that you could bring to the table, somebody like Jason Kelsey on the Eagles, same kind of build, considered a undersized center who's been a staple of that offensive line, still to this day. So I wouldn't be too concerned about Linderbaum. I think that, the positives and what you've seen in terms of like how he's been graded, and I'm sure how well he's interviewed and kind of what he brings to the table from a leadership standpoint outweigh, the negative in size and in arm length as well.
Nice. Now, the one thing that had some Ravens fans concerned with the thoughts of Patrick McCarry, who was penciled in as the starting center until this pick, obviously, was last time we saw him snap a ball, he threw it over Lamar's head and got him injured in the playoff game against the Bills. Any high snaps that you've seen from Linderbaum? And is Lamar going to be running for his life?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to be running for his life, and I don't think he has to worry about any bad snaps either. This is our first year on the beat, but I haven't seen a bad snap personally. So, I'd be willing to bet it was the same in 2020, where he could have been he could have went out in that draft and been a high draft pick. I don't know if he would have went in the first round, but he was somebody who had a lot of NFL interest in and came back and ended up testing even better this year than he did the year prior. So, very consistent, high level performer and really wants to continue to get better.
Yeah. And for those who are saying that he's not week one ready, I'm not sure what you guys have been looking at. This guy is the highest rated center PFF has ever graded in college. He was the highest rated center last year, and he got better and furthered that gap between him and the second guy this past season. So I'm excited to have him. Last thing I have for you, Kennington, what type of player or person are they getting? Is he a good teammate? Because they're having to replace Bradley Bozeman, who was NFL Man of the Year and had this great anti-bullying campaign that him and his wife led across the country. So they're losing something in the community. What are they getting from this kid as a person?
Yeah, Tyler Linderbaum is really just kind of the the epitome of somebody that you want representing your franchise. An example that I can give of that is, of course, what's being made out now about NIL and players profiting off of their play. Well, he was able to he made $35,000 this year off of NIL and then donated all that money to the Iowa Children's Hospital. Wow. So that's just like, just something that kind of speaks to the type of person he is. When asked about it, he was just like, he's kind of in this position to give back and to kind of represent where he's from, which is Iowa, very proud of where he's from. And that type of gesture alone just kind of lets you know what type of person he is in terms of, you look at Iowa and the offensive linemen that they've produced, for a few decades now, in terms of what they were leader-wise and what they went on to do in the NFL. We asked Kirk Ferentz about him often. We asked offensive coordinator Brian Ferentz about him often. And, they say Linderbaum is just on another level, and he's just in a different class in terms of what he brings on the field, but also just off the field, his mentality. He was a great leader on the team, really a central figure of Iowa's program over the last few years. So that's somebody who can kind of step into that role and somebody who's going to be, instant stability for the franchise that's already stable. So it's
right.
That's just like a perfect fit right there.
Gosh, I'm so happy we got this kid. Can't wait. Kennington, thank you so much for your time, man. The short notice. Shout out to Kennington.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on,
man.
Thanks.
Hope for all the best as you continue out there. Folks like you are what make doing what we do much easier. So thank you so much. And hopefully we cross paths soon. But have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the draft, man.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all too. Y'all have a great night, and y'all enjoy Linderbaum for us.
That's right.
Yeah,
and we will do. We'll take care of him for you.
That's right. Baltimore will take care of him.
That's right. Talk to you later, man.
Nice. Awesome. Dude, wow, that was cool.
Encouraging was that? He donated $35,000 as a college kid. Like,
you know what? I love the kids. Marty Martin love the kids, but I don't know if I'll be mature enough or I don't even know, generous enough to make that call as a college kid. So, yeah, it really shows the character of the guy they're getting here. And like the Ravens always say, they value character higher than probably every other team in the league. And sometimes that character outweighs even talent. So it looks like they're getting both from this kid, though. They're getting talent and character. Cakes Mitchell, I think he says it's the best. What a night. 100%. I mean, wild
what
night.
A night.
And it's the last one is in. The last pick is in. Now, the Bengals get Daxton Hill. So we got to talk about Daxton Hill because of, the fact that he is now in the division against your Baltimore Ravens. He is a cornerback.
Isn't that Justice Hill? Isn't he related to Justice Hill?
He is Justice Hill's. I'm not exactly sure, but you're right. He is.
He was at his house. Hey, there's Justice Hill right there. You see him?
Where?
Isn't that him on the screen? Am I tripping?
There he is on the left. Yep. He just now popped up on my screen. We're at different times, but you're right. He's standing directly to his right.
Yeah.
So if you're looking on the screen to the left.
Well, let me tell you what, Daxton isn't very big because I saw Justice at Blue Moon, and if they're almost the same size, that means all three of us are in the same ballpark. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy, but let's look. No, he's
not
6 foot 191.
There's no way he's 6 foot. That's a straight up bold-faced lie.
But he's playing mainly in the slot. But it says he'll be a deep safety in the NFL, and he possesses some of the class's best speed at that position. So he's a speed guy. I mean, it looks like it's a lot of what he does is based on his speed. Now, he's a little slender and not a guy you want in the box. So it looks like he's a deep safety guy. He's a deep zone center fielder type. But no pop at the catch point. He's allowed receptions on a number of plays despite being in good position. So it sounds like he can get in position, but he doesn't always make the play because of his lack of play strength. And you know what? I wouldn't be thrilled if I was a Bengal fan to look at his player comparison because we certainly know that guy all too well here in Baltimore as he's being compared to Terrence Brooks. Briefly a Raven before I believe we traded him to the
Patriots,
Eagles.
Right?
I think it was the Eagles.
Anyway, he ended up with the Patriots, right?
Yes.
I think he's still there, isn't he?
I don't know. He may still be there. But
hanging around.
Either way, doesn't terrify me. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
but
Sauce Gardner just got turned into a meme because he went the wrong way. It looked like he was trying to escape his pick.
That's good. I like how they if they make it like that. So, well, it doesn't look like the Ravens are going into back in the first round. Is number 32. The pick is in. It hasn't been announced yet, but there is no trade. So, let's just quickly run through some of the remaining positions. Now, admittedly, I got lost in our picks, so I'm a little bit behind. So I know Karlaftis is gone. I think Devin Lloyd went right at 27, so I'm going to put him in. Who went to the Karlaftis, I think who went to the Packers at 28, Jimbo?
Oh, shoot. Georgia, Wyatt.
He did? Okay. So Wyatt.
That's a great pickup for them to go that late for that kid.
Did they is that who they got for sure?
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm, hold on. I can verify for you right now. Let's see. Round 1, just loading here.
I don't like Lamar. By the way, I don't like Lamar tweeting all that.
Me neither. I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not a fan of him doing that. Why are you trying to like
he has to realize that
you don't want a center? You don't want him to build a wall in front of you? I don't understand that.
Yeah, Wyatt went to the Packers, Strange to Patriots, Karlaftis to the Chiefs, and Hill to the Bengals.
Okay, perfect. All right. So Strange. All right. So I'm gonna take Cole Strange off, and then who went 30? Karlaftis.
Karlaftis, yeah.
And then the cornerback, Hill. Okay. All right. So right now, still on the board, there's still Bernard Raymond is still a big time tackle. Let's see. I believe Torrey Edwards, I think, was saying Duvernay will be our new Hollywood with better hands. Well, the one thing you won't have to worry about with Duvernay is him running with the ball in his hands.
He's gonna look. He looks for contact,
right? Or he looks to avoid it and get more yards rather than just fall down or go out of bounds,
right?
And Duvernay's already an All-Pro return guy, so we know he's got that, and he's the best in the game at doing that. So every opportunity we've seen from him, he's excelled. So yeah, let's see some more opportunity for him. Why not?
100%.
Now, this may. You got to weigh the impact that he brings as a punt and kick returner. But let's be honest, as a kick returner, most of the time it's going to be touchbacks. Exactly.
Yeah. So like this gives him an opportunity to have some space to fill into something, right?
Yeah.
Lamar said he wasn't tweeting about the center.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because if he's tweeting about his buddy gone, I understand that. I'm not even mad. Like if I found out something happened to Jimbo Slimbo here on 410 Sports Talk, I'd be a whining you-know-what about it for a very,
look at that. You guys heard it here, right?
I would not obviously want to trade Jimbo here for anyone. So I can imagine his frustration there, and I certainly I'm not going to get on him about showing frustration for losing what was his best friend on the team before some of the recent, kind of rumors or whisperings, and that might have been from us because we didn't see them together. But
we're the only ones saying it.
Yeah, we're literally the only ones. But I understand why he's frustrated with losing his buddy. I'm not gonna fault him for that. So who just went? I just missed it.
Seen the safety out of Georgia.
Oh yeah, some people said he was the. I saw some people put him.
Georgia
as
had
the
a night
number
tonight,
2
bro.
safety. Oh my goodness!
I think they had more picks tonight than Bama, right?
Let's see. Georgia had the number 1 overall pick, so that's pretty good.
They had 4 in the first round. Davis.
They had number
Wyatt.
1, number 13.
Oh, they had 5 in the first round, dude.
Number 22, Quay Walker. And then Devontae Wyatt. And then, of course, Scene ends it out. So, wow, they had 5.
And wait, what about Dean? Did you say Dean already?
Did he get taken? Did he get taken?
Yeah, he got taken.
I don't have him on my list.
Oh, no, he didn't get taken?
I don't have him being taken.
Who was the linebacker that was taken over Devin Lloyd?
Hold on. It's only because I have this. Here we go. Linebacker. Well, Quay Walker.
Oh, okay.
But I counted him.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay, so cool. I counted him. So that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Nakobe Dean wasn't even the first linebacker taken out of his school.
It's crazy, right?
Like Quay Walker was the first linebacker taken from Georgia. Now that is surprising that he was not even the first from his own school, much less he wasn't even a first rounder. I mean, that's crazy. So overall, I mean, I think I'm excited about. Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about who they decided to get. I'm still nervous about the left tackle position. I'm not going to lie. I can't sit here and front like I'm not concerned about Ronnie Stanley. But if Ronnie Stanley is able to play, then my worries are completely erased. And the Ravens now have a plus offensive line. And I think with Linderbaum at center and Morgan Moses at right tackle, I think they have one of the very best offensive lines now in all of football. So I'm excited about that. But still shocked about everything that happened tonight. No doubt about it.
Insane, man. Insane. I think the Ravens made the best of the situation as they could with Hollywood Brown. Same thing they did with Orlando Brown, right? A lot of Browns, a lot of Oklahoma guys. We only want Mark Andrews.
Yeah, we'll keep that one, but yeah.
The rest of them can be on their way. They can they can scoot up out of here. So, man, what a night. And we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. As always, shout out to all of you for the support tonight.
Yeah.
Glad you decided to spend your draft with us. DK killed it tonight.
Absolutely.
Shout out to DK. Brad, social media pumping up the show, letting everyone know what's going on. We'll be here. So what we'll do from here on out for the draft is we'll do instant reaction videos for each pick. So we're not going to be live, but we will be doing instant reaction videos as the channel continues to grow and we can take more and more responsibility on. Of course, we'd love to be live for each round and hope to get there one day. But at this point, we have other responsibilities. So, yeah, exactly. So, once again, shout out to all you guys. Do we have contestant winners? Did anyone win?
No, I don't believe anyone picked Kyle Hamilton.
I'm not surprised. Should we go again in the second round? Anyone that gets any pick right in the second round, whatever number they pick, if you get the player right and you get it in tonight.
Yep. Get it in tonight before the second round even starts. That way there's no confusion.
It has to be sent before 1 a.m. Eastern.
The guys I'm looking at, Jimbo, just so you know, at the edge, because we still need help at the edge. I'm looking at, obviously, Ajabo is a big one. I think he'd be an excellent pick. I think
he needs Ajabo.
That's hilarious. I like Nick Benito. He's an Oklahoma guy, so I don't know how you'll feel about that. But I love those two. And then your guy, Drake Jackson out of USC. I love Josh Pascal. So there's a lot at edge that I think would still get me excited. Tackle, not so much. So I'm and look, again, I think they know obviously way better than I do, so they might have an idea of who could start left tackle. But to me, edge is still very much in play in the second round. So yeah, but 2 picks tomorrow, guys, at least. But honestly, I'd be shocked if there's not more, considering the fact that they have 6 in the 4th round. But they do right now have 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd. So certainly stay tuned in and don't miss anything because things are changing every second.
Yep. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.
See you.